Welcome back, everybody, to the MUTMen podcast, episode number 115. What's going on with you guys? Before we get into the introductions, if you guys listen to us on iTunes, please leave us a review and then log into your friend's phone and leave us a review as well. Helps out us a lot because me and my co-host, which is Gut Fox, man, how you doing?
Not so bad.
That's great to hear. We're trying to get big in this podcast game, so you guys want to help us out. Be awesome if you could do that for us.
That was so wonderfully done, so professional at the beginning there. I like that. It sounded like it was like pre-recorded, multiple takes. That was one take. That's one take text for you guys.
One take, and that's because I listen to like 45 podcasts a day. That's what happens. We're not like stealing other people's like sayings. So thank you.
Well,
Planet.
Yeah, they say like good artists imitate, great artists steal. So Texas, do you feel like a great artist?
I feel like I'm a great artist right now because I feel like if you can steal and not get caught doing it, you're great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I feel that way.
The thing is, like, if you get big enough and you're stealing enough stuff, like, eventually your fans will just outshout the other fans that say you're stealing, right?
That is true. I mean, you saw that with the Lost No Doubt situation.
Let's not get into drama too early in the podcast. Let's shift this a little bit. We're gonna get enough drama through the podcast with our hot takes and stuff. Let's shift this right into the text message first. I want to you teased this before the podcast, but what's going on? Let's give us a text message for this week.
All right, so I went out to... So I was late to the podcast today, which you guys won't know because we up on time Thursday. Before we went, we wanted to go get some food and then drop this modem off at UPS. Went to IHOP. First we went to Red Robin. Red Robin was packed. Then we went to IHOP. And so we got a waitress there. And I don't... whenever I get in there, whenever I go inside and I sit down for like 5 to 7 minutes and I don't get somebody asking what I want to drink, I get a bad feeling. It's like a bad omen. Like, this is not going to be a good service day for me. And so that's what happened. We got there and we ordered our food, and I had bad service. So a sign for bad service to me is the least a waitress can do, or waiter. I'm not trying to just alienate an entire gender. Is keep my drink full. I had 2 cups of water on my table. That's it. 2 cups. Fox 2. And we were there for about 45 minutes. And I drink water like a racehorse does. And so the least you can do is just keep my cup full if you want this tip.
Yes.
That sounded sexual as hell. But, like, you get what I'm saying. Like, just keep my cup full. And so that wasn't happening.
Texas, everything you say to me sounds sexy. So that didn't sound too much more.
I got you. Okay. And so when we were getting ready to go, what ended up happening was I was like, do I tip or do I not tip? And this is the conundrum I find myself in often. As a black male, if I don't tip, this waiter or waitress will then think all black people are not going to tip and then continue to provide bad service to people who look like me. But if I do tip, the cycle continues. There's no lesson learned, and she keeps delivering bad service she thinks is good.
Mm-hmm.
What do I do?
Oftentimes, I find myself in that situation. Here's what I do. I still tip. I figure somebody else will take care of the problem. Like there'll be some other customer that comes by and complains about them, and those things tend to just work themselves out. I don't think it's. I think sure, you're losing a couple bucks out of pocket by tipping for bad service, but in the end, I mean, either people are gonna stop going to that restaurant because of poor service, or that person won't be employed much longer. But I find like. You know those what are those mothers with short haircuts? You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. The soccer moms. Yeah.
They'll take care of them. It's not my responsibility.
And so, like, I get what you're saying. That's not responsibility, but she wasn't really neglecting those people. She was neglecting us, and that's where I had a problem with.
Oh, so you think it was inherent bias?
It might have been inherent bias. It might have been just something she didn't know what she was doing. I just know that she kept looking and going to the other tables, dropping off drinks, and I'm over here like I'm drinking ice at this point. I'm over here chewing on ice because she hadn't brought me a refill. And she didn't bring me my first refill. The first refill came from somebody else. It's like she basically brought me one drink and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten a lot of bad service in my time too, and I don't know. Yeah, I'm still gonna stick with what I said at first.
Yeah. So I like bad service because it allows you not to tip. The only reason I tipped this time, usually I don't, is because she was new, and so that was the excuse. She did not know what she was doing.
Okay.
But that still is no excuse not to give me a damn drink.
Yeah.
And they come by and say, "I'm sorry, guys."
Well,
Like,
if she apologized, it's kind of like
no
getting cut off.
apologies.
If you're getting cut off in traffic and they wave, you feel a little bit better, right?
No, bro. I got mad the other day. I was driving to work and this lady pulled out in front and just to make a 18-point turn, and she waved. I'm like, I didn't wait for you. I didn't want to hit you, so I had to stop.
But you don't take that as a sign of them
No,
saying sorry.
She could. She. That's not a sorry. I think she was. Maybe she's saying she was sorry. I feel like if you're sorry, it's more frantic ways. Like, oh my god, I'm sorry. I don't feel like it's just like a hand in the air. Like, thank you for being considerate and waiting for me. I think it was more so her just thinking that I was waiting for her, even though I was not trying to run her car off the road.
Well, the frantic sorry means like she didn't see you and she's like surprised that you're there. The regular wave means she saw you, she decided to do it anyways, but she's sorry that she inconvenienced you.
Yeah, I don't think she was sorry. I think she was just saying thank you. But
Well,
she could have been sorry.
What's wrong with being thanked then?
Because I didn't want to thank you. I didn't put myself in a position to be thanked. I didn't stop on purpose. I stopped because I had to. I wasn't doing it to be considerate. I was just driving, and you just so happened to pull in front of me, so I'm not going to hit you.
That's a very fair point. I never thought of it like that. I didn't want to be inconvenienced, but you did it. So, like, yeah. So she's thanking you for your service, your time wasted.
Yeah, helping her out. Yeah.
That again, something I had never thought of that before. That's a good way of bringing it up, Tex.
See, that's what I'm here for. To kind of enlighten you guys on a lot of different things. You're here because you're better at this than I am. So that's where the two worlds collide.
I'm better at nothing.
Huh? Which means you're better at everything.
That's fake news.
But what's on the agenda today, Fox? What we got planned? What we about to talk about?
Something about the Eagles going to the White House. No, I'm just kidding. That's regular world.
We
NFL.
could do that.
We won't talk about that.
Last time I saw the eagle at the White House, it scared the president.
What's that?
Last time I saw an eagle at the White House, it scared the president. But at the same time, I don't know if it was a fake gif where there was an eagle on the desk and like flapped his wings and Trump ran away scared. But like I don't know if that's an actual real thing anymore. The internet is so good at Photoshop. It's so good at editing. I don't know what's real anymore. I gotta fact check things now.
Yeah, Snopes is in a good business right now. No, but like didn't I'm not gonna get into it. Never mind. I can say a lot of things, but we're not gonna get into it. Anyway, not today. Agenda. We're gonna do the loyalty and the golden tickets for loyalty. The let's see, the golden tickets are gonna rank them. I already did a video on this, but we'll talk about them during the podcast. We'll talk about the MUT19 blog. What's coming up in Madden 19 or 18? What's left in this year? EA Play, and then questions from the audience. And that's how we'll wrap up this one. So stick around for the end, because if you want to have questions, come to the YouTube video on Texas's channel and leave them in the comments below. So if you want your question looked at for next week in the podcast. All right, Tex, should I start it off or do you want to start it off? Can you explain what happened today with loyalty tokens and the game?
All right, so Madden every week for the past 17 weeks dropped these weekly objectives in the game where you had to do a series of the same events to get a player from the NFL replay program from that week plus a loyalty token. Today, that culminated with them dropping these loyalty exchange sets in the game to thank you for being loyal to us by rewarding players who knock those objectives out on a weekly basis with a chance to earn some coins with the crazy players you could pull out of the replays pack or out of the Ultimate Legends fantasy pack. Or actually, it was the Ultimate Legends pack, or a golden ticket that was Nat. So you had to have 10 loyalty tokens for golden tickets, 7 for an Ultimate Legend, and 6 for NFL replays, 97 overall or higher player. And there's some other stuff there as well, but today they just gave us a lot of exchange sets for something that's been in the game for the past 17 weeks.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that, Tex? What are your thoughts on the exchange sets they put in?
All right, so I don't know how I'm indifferent because like I'm happy it was a golden ticket that we got for basically playing the game for just like I guess 10 weeks, or if you just did it occasionally and you got 10 of them. But I thought they were going to be for Madden 19, and Madden 19 comes out pretty soon.
Now, for if you put these loyalty tokens in the set, is there any confirmation whether they're taken up and used and you can't use them in 19?
Well, yeah, they're gone. Like I have no more in my binder. So, I mean, it might be what they did last year where you put them in a set, I guess, and then it just gives you a token in Madden next year. It could be that as well, but I don't know if they're going to be something we see in Madden 19. I think it just might be a Madden 18 thing, unfortunately. And so while I thought I was preparing for Madden 19, it's a pleasant surprise to get a golden ticket at the end of it, plus whatever coins I made out of doing the NFL replays packs for whatever I had left over. I just still kind of It's kind of bittersweet. I'm not complaining about getting a golden ticket, but it's just I kind of wanted some contracts in Madden 19 because that's what those loyalty tokens typically are used for.
Well, we don't have contracts in Madden
I know.
19.
That's
Okay.
a joke, Fox.
Oh, sorry.
It was a joke.
I'm not good at jokes. I hate smiling. Hey, so what was the question I was going to ask? Do you think why didn't EA communicate what these sets were going to be earlier? Why didn't they communicate to us what these loyalty tokens were for? Why did they just have them do us?
So this is where my conspiracy hat gets put on. I don't think these were originally intended for golden tickets.
Okay.
And you know why.
Why?
You know why. I can't discuss on the podcast, but you know why.
I have an inkling of why you're thinking.
Yeah,
that.
you know why. It's kind of vague, but you know why. So I don't think they were intended for golden tickets and other stuff like that. I think they were going to be used in Madden 19, but maybe they're not. Maybe they're not. Maybe they changed up like the loyalty program is going to be for Madden 19. Maybe instead of doing this, there's going to be something else they require us to do to kind of extend the content out through the Madden. Cause we got 8 weeks, 9 weeks until the Madden comes out.
Yeah, just about that.
So like 8 more episodes of these, and so like I think they're probably will do something else to make us have to grind for the next 8 weeks to get more loyalty tokens for Madden 19.
Yeah, I could see that. So like, I mean, it's a classic thing EA did, right? Mm-hmm. So they put out golden tickets this past week, and then without telling us, hey, you're doing these grind 10 weeks, I don't know, 40 minutes a week to put these in for the 10 weeks out of 17, but we're not going to tell you what it's for. And then so they put these golden tickets in the pack. And do you think people would have spent as much money on this game if we would have known we were getting a free golden ticket the next week?
See, I don't think so either. If people knew that, I would say yes still, because people thought we were getting a free one anyway for solo challenges because we got one last year, and people like to look at last year's example as we'll get a free one eventually. So I think if they knew we were getting a free one, whether it be solos, whether it be this, I think they still would have spent as much money because a lot of those cards are going for crazy amounts still if you happen to pull one.
Yeah, they're still going for a good amount. And they're all NAT and stuff. But like, so they took, I mean, basically, I spent, I don't know, $100 or so. I don't remember how much I spent the last week, probably around there. I think I only bought points once. And then a bunch of, like, 500,000 to 1 million coins. Pulling these stuff. Then they put it out this week. You get a free one. Okay. For loyalty stuff. And then my biggest issue here is this just continues the trend of EA not communicating to us about what's coming in the game. Like, this has happened over and over. We have to yell at them. And then, like, today I got a bunch of people, so I tweeted about this, a bunch of the EA defenders coming out of the woodwork, and not even necessarily EA defenders, like people that are generally, like, I don't know, most people are anti-EA, but they get, like, one free thing, and we forget about the months of the lack of content. But they're like, but we were loyal for all these months playing this game, doing the 40 minutes to an hour of stuff every week. So I'm glad we got rewarded. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But it's great that EA, like, there's a difference between, like, the blind loyalty and loyalty. I don't know if I'm making a good point here. Tex, am I making sense?
You're making sense, yeah.
Okay,
like yeah, go ahead.
All right, no, go. Interpret for me while I collect my thoughts.
All right, so yeah, you're saying like it's the difference between like being loyal to a cause, like, but then just following somebody blindly without like knowing what the payout's going to be at the end. Because this could have just paid out in Madden 19, which would have been kind of a waste because we all know the loyalty bonuses going into Madden next year really aren't good. But some people lucked out. Like everybody that did this lucked out because we had no clue they would give us a free 1 million coin card on average. A lot of the cards, yeah.
This reminds me a lot of the Game Changer situation. Remember was it last year or something when Toke went over to selling coins and other people went over to selling coins? Guru tweeted out, "Oh man, we had great plans for you. You just needed to not go to the coins." It's like the same thing. Like EA does this. They give this carrot out. They say like, "Okay, yeah, just go ahead and do it for us, and then we'll reward you later about it."
Yeah,
and
eventually.
Eventually.
Like be patient. It's like you. I hate that shit because you never know exactly what's gonna happen. Like it's happened to me, like in relationships and stuff. Like, ooh, if we were together this long, I would have got you this. Like, I don't want to be with you no more, so I'm not gonna be here waiting until you buy me something that I can just buy for myself. And so I hate when they expect you to just kind of follow just the trend of zombieism and just do what everybody else is doing. Because that's and then eventually, because usually you get burned more times than you actually get rewarded. I mean, powerups have been that way the entire year, just blindly doing them, just no payout at the end of it. So the fact that people thought this was gonna be ain't telling you the truth. Like people I saw somebody say to tell you, we knew we were gonna get golden tickets. I'm like, why is he lying? Why
Yeah.
is he lying? If we
Oh
knew
my God.
this is linked to golden tickets, Xerxes have a video up right away about it.
Yeah, I asked these, like, it was more than one person. They're like, oh, we all knew it was coming out. And I'm like, okay, link to the tweet where you told me that these loyalty tokens were coming here in 18. Link to it. And like, I don't know what you're talking about. We got it in 17. Yeah, but we also got content in 17. We got more solos. We got more programs. We had like, I think I saw on the subreddit, we had like 72 programs in 17. We've got like 54 or something in 18. So we've lost programs in 17. You tell me where you saw this and how it's so easy to predict. Like these people, these what are the 2020 guys? What is it? Captain Hindsight on South Park or something?
Yep, Captain Hindsight.
It's just
Superhero ability.
I'm just getting killed by EA Captain Hindsights today, and I'm like, what? Okay, you got one free card, and okay, it's a great job, but like. This was supposed to be a great day for the community, people getting free golden tickets. And the people that got them love them. I mean, Texas, you got one. It's great. But they walled off half the community from this great day of getting free golden tickets is my biggest issue. Like, there are a lot of people that maybe they played, but they didn't necessarily go for those objectives because we got, you got the little reward, the card out of the set, the objectives every week. And we didn't know this was coming down the road. But, like, so you played the game a bunch, but maybe you didn't, you're not huge on objectives. You didn't do those whole lists. And that's kind of where I was. Like, I've played Madden, I don't know, 20 hours a week for the whole time. More, I don't know, many weeks ago. I've played less since MLB came out. But I still play over 20 hours a week of Madden. And I don't get a full golden ticket. There are many people like me. Like, this should have been a great day. But it didn't end up happening that way. So it's unfortunate because I think EA should have gone with what they did with the FAP weekend is a solo set, a solo sequence to get the golden ticket so everybody could get it. But this whole we reward the loyal guys, it just, I don't know, it's kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Discouraging to me. Basically, EA is making up for the lack of content for the last 3 months by saying, oh no, here it is right now, and now everybody's kind of on EA's side today for it.
Yeah, it's just because it's something free for the grinders, and the grinders like kind of throwing it in people's faces that they perceive to be a threat, I guess, to their lifestyle of like, oh, I can't get this, and then whenever they get something rewarded, they kind of like forget, like you said, a lot of the stuff that wasn't there before. And so I don't know why people are like that. I don't know why when somebody gets something. I know, well, human nature is kind of like that, where people get something for free and then they just forget where they came from. Like, they just everything that they experienced previously just gets ignored. It happens like in relationships like that as well. So I don't know why people are lying though about this though. It doesn't make much sense to lie about it.
It's very strange to me too, and that's kind of all I want to say about it. I'm sure I've gotten roasted on Twitter. I'll probably get in the comments below. But let us know. Let us know what you guys think. Obviously, it's a great thing that people got golden tickets. I'm not saying people shouldn't get golden tickets. I'm saying EA needs to communicate with us. And and that's my biggest issue with EA is their lack of communication. This is just kind of continuing that trend. Communication is what I'm going to hit EA on continually. Like, this is going to be one of my biggest things. I'm going to nail them every time they don't communicate to us. It's the same thing with stats that we're seeing. It's the same thing with... Go on, Texas.
Well, I'm just over here like, I know you want communication, but you know why they couldn't because of... Yeah. Like, people would be so mad at us for not having been able to discuss this all the way. Because like, you know why they weren't actually transparent with this. You know the reason why. That's why we didn't get communication, because they could communicate with themselves effectively.
Yeah.
So that's where it comes down to. Like, if they would have announced this 17 weeks ago that this would be the deal, but at 17 weeks ago, they know what they're going to be doing, you know?
Yeah, but they could have announced it 10 weeks ago, or they didn't even need to do it this way. Well, I don't know.
When did golden tickets come out?
It's the same thing you've said before. You're right. Golden tickets came out, I don't know, when were they put in packs? The beginning of early May, right?
Yeah, it feels like around that time.
Yeah, so, not nearly 10 weeks ago. But, they didn't... it's just... It goes back to your point on an earlier podcast. EA is always redlining this shit, and they're not thinking ahead. Like, the fact that they can't imagine ahead, what their game's going to be like. They don't have a storyboard out. You've done this game, 8-9 times? How do you not have this content designed out and planned ahead for the year?
That's how it should be, but it's
They're
when
redlining.
when half the guys or more than half the guys are focused on Madden 19, the guys to the left are it's like the B team. You can't expect the B team to be out here doing 18 things.
That's true. I
Like,
mean, yeah.
EA needs to run their off of like the Patriots. Patriots never have a guy do something they can't do. If you're good at running streaks, you only run streaks. If you're good at running routes, you be the route guy. If you're good at blocking and not run blocking or pass blocking, run, they'll have you make sure you're passing blocking most of the time. EA needs to find guys in their team that is like that. If the B team's not good at planning ahead, find somebody that can do it for them.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. It may be just less talented people working on 18 still, or it could just be less people in general. Maybe there's like literally like one Australian guy that's used to rugby and he doesn't know what football is. So he's like, all right, let's try this, let's try that. Like it could be a number of things, but you're right. EA is criminally understaffed for how much money this game brings in, and once again, it rears its ugly head. Not just mistakes, but miscommunications with the community. It's exactly what we've come to know EA and MUT to be.
Well put.
All right, let's move on. Let's rank the golden tickets. Texas, give me your 5 top golden tickets. If somebody gets these, like, here's the difference. There's a difference between our rankings of the top 5 golden tickets and which one you should do for your team. Now, in my rankings, let me just say this. In my rankings, I did this. I put quarterbacks very high in my rankings because it's the most important position on the field for you. But if I were to choose a golden ticket out of a pack, I would not choose a quarterback because there are so many quarterbacks now for golden tickets. I don't think you want to lock yourself into one. So, Texas, give me the top 5 golden tickets that you would take out of the NAT pack.
All right, so starting at 5, Lamar Jackson. I've been using Lamar Jackson. He has the perfect chems for anybody's offense. I know people like move the sticks, but at this point, your quarterback already has top-tier thresholds, and running backs already have top-tier juke moves and spin moves. That move the sticks is kind of irrelevant. And so there's not really any point to go get Cam, because I saw you had Cam over Lamar Jackson because he could truck people, and he's more fun to use. But Lamar Jackson's kind of dope. Just be able to run out there. If there's no spy up, bro, he's fun. So I got him at 5. And then 4 is everybody else on defense. We got number 4 being Calvin Johnson, number 3 being Randy Moss, number 2 being this is a toss-up between Kyle Fuller and Donald. I got those like 2A, 2B, because I feel like a cornerback's more important defensive end, since defensive ends don't actually get to the damn quarterback consistently. But if you can get Donald in space by himself, he's a beast. And then number 1 is going to be Leonard Floyd, because I know you run the 4-6B package.
Yeah.
And I don't like changing my defense up from a 3-4 just to run Calvin Johnson or Megatron or Randy Moss at linebacker. And so Leonard Floyd's it fits my scheme better. So those are my rankings.
Could you repeat them again quickly?
Oh yeah, 5 Lamar Jackson, 4 Calvin Johnson, 3 Randy Moss, 2A Fuller, 2B Aaron Donald, and then number 1 Leonard Floyd.
Okay, so Moss CB, right? Not Moss wide receiver.
Yeah, Moss CB. I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot the wide receiver one existed. I pulled that one out of my pack today. I was like, that card is not even there.
It's ignored. All right, so it's so hard to rank these. Obviously, I think quarterbacks are super important. But if I had an NAT pack, I wouldn't take a quarterback. I would probably as much as I shit on Aaron Donald, and I don't rate him very highly on my golden tickets to get and spend coins on. If it was in my NAT pack, I think I'd take Donald over quarterback, because I like rotating quarterbacks a lot. I don't like being stuck with one card, but defensive linemen, I'm fine being stuck with defensive linemen for a long period of time, because they don't show up. You don't really play with them, is kind of what I'm saying. You play with quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and then your user. So I feel like rotating your quarterback and having fun and trying out a bunch of different guys is kind of fun in MUT. So that's kind of my experience where I'm coming from. So I'm not going to rank any quarterbacks in my top 5, even though I think it's important. So I would almost go Donald 5 and then go Shaz, Floyd, Johnson, Moss out of mine. I run the 46 speed, so that's why I put Moss so high with Johnson. I could see putting Fuller up there too, Kyle Fuller with footsteps, or Humphrey without my way. But I think I'm going to have a review up in the next couple of days of those 2 cards. It might even be live by the time this podcast goes out, so check those out. But the footsteps are interesting, but more interesting is the out my way chem and how it doesn't work in a cover 3. And that actually Kyle Fuller's 99 block shed along with Humphrey's 99 block shed doesn't actually work in a cover 3.
So that would explain why I wasn't seeing him on the field. 'Cause I was getting mad. That's why I like, because my boy Jason, he ended up pulling, not pulling, he bought Humphrey. He's a Ravens fan. And I was like, yo, sell this card. He sucks.
Yeah.
Because I was running 3-4. I was running cover 3. And I'm like, he's just getting blocked. So this was my breaking point. I was playing on stream. He got pancaked by Randy Moss, and I said, I'm done with this card. I'm done. He has 99 block shed, and that's why I say impact block must be important, because he's getting pancaked by a guy like 45 run block.
Yeah, but impact block though. I think it has to do with downfield blocking mechanics, because I've seen them run, like I've seen the cover 3 corner run at Randy Moss and Randy Moss run at this guy, and then the thing doesn't light up. Like Humphrey's out my way didn't light up when the out my way should light up if it's an impact block.
It should, yeah. Especially
and it didn't.
Both those guys are moving. Like,
Yeah.
out my way should trigger whenever the guy's in motion. Cause I learned that the hard way. Cause I was pressing my cornerbacks at first. I was like, it's not lighting up. So I was like, oh, they must be moving. So yeah, they got to be moving on offense and defense. Like for the way to work, the guy has to be moving.
Yeah, and so like on your user on Shaz, out my way is fucking amazing.
It's
like,
great.
I'm knocking down like lead blockers, fullbacks, guards, and stuff. It's awesome. And I don't have to do that. Like, you can do it before that by hitting up on the right thumbstick. But if you miss with the up on the right thumbstick, you do that, hit stick and you're out of the play. So it wasn't worth it. But like all you have to do is run into dudes now, and it's
throw them to the ground.
So awesome. It makes stopping the run a lot easier. But anyway, so yeah, that's where I'd go. I think I'd take down a little above the quarterbacks just because I want to see what because they bring out a new quarterback every week, and it's kind of fun trying them out.
That is true. But but I think impact block is good as well, because like last thing on this was, if you compare Humphreys to Dick Lane has 14 points impact block higher. That's with what's his face maxed out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dick Lane's at 80 impact block.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty nice. Like I mean
that's amazing.
I got no other words, but like
if they would have let these dudes increase impact block, bro, we got a lot of glitchy cornerbacks this weekend. A lot.
Yeah, and again, I don't know if it's impact block or downfield blocking mechanics that kind of override their stats and stuff.
It could, but only cornerback I see that consistently ignores downfield blocking is Dick Lane and Mel Blunt. Those are the two cornerbacks I see that actually like block shed.
In a cover 3 or cover 2? A cover 2, they're phenomenal.
But I play against a lot of guys, so I see a lot of cover 3, I see a lot of man. Like I see those two guys. Whenever I see them whenever I see Dick Lane on one side of the field, I don't want to run the ball that way because it's going to end up in a hit stick fumble. Because I just know he's going to block shit my wide receiver that's over there, whether it be 3-4 or cover 2 or cover 6, whatever the guy happens to be, and he just plays extremely well against me.
Must be impact related then.
I think it has to be impact because
I really want to
test it out.
Yeah, I really want to test him in a cover 3 now. See what it is.
Yeah, you got to. I guess next should be a good test that you can do as well early on. Do impact block versus block shed.
Yeah.
For receivers to see which more important, because I think impact block is more important than block shed.
Yeah.
I was pressing with Humphreys and he was still getting blocked by guys like that shouldn't have been blocking him. So when a guy runs like a toss play out of cover 3, like block shed, bro. Like I don't care if you get out and weight light, so just block shed. Nope, you're getting pinned. Okay, that's a touchdown.
God, it's a damn shame. So yeah, because you need cover 2 against those.
Yeah,
weird.
I don't want to run cover 2 like y'all run cover 2. Like every time I try to deep blue my linebacker, I end up like he goes into a purple. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, you got to base a line, deep blue him, base a line again to get him back to the regular coverage.
See, that's what I need. So on one of my videos I was playing, I was like, what's that play Gut Fox runs to beat cover 2? I need help. What's that one play he runs to beat it? Everybody like, he runs this. Like, thank you guys. So I gotta watch your stream a lot more so I can know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'll be in there and I'll be listening, but I don't be watching sometimes.
I mean, I do the same thing. Streams are a lot of time my backup noise when I'm editing or something, so I'm not watching constantly either. Yeah, I agree. That's totally how streams should be. It's good back. It's like radio for the future.
Just something to keep me not being lonely.
I'm always there for you, Tex. Call me whenever.
Appreciate it. I'll be there tonight.
All right, so let's go through what we got left in Madden. But I want to add one more thing. If you have a low end team and you do need a quarterback, definitely get Lamar Jackson. Go ahead and pick him out of your pack if you got him.
Lamar Jackson, like you can't.
I don't have an issue with that.
Well, all of them are good, really, chemistry wise. Just depending on like what your play style is.
Yeah.
But all these quarterbacks have speed though. Like none of these quarterbacks that drop don't have speed. Like even Trubisky has 90 speed.
I know. I mean, Trubisky looks a lot like that draft luck, right?
Yeah.
Would you take Steve Young over many of these golden ticket quarterbacks?
He was cheap too, right? He was like $450K last time I checked. Like he came down all the way in price. I don't like left-handed quarterbacks, so no. If he was right-handed, then yeah. But I'm not a big left-handed quarterbacks.
Yeah, I don't mind lefty quarterbacks, but maybe it's
because
because
Dick all year though.
Yeah, I ran with Vic all of what 17 for 17. I ran with a lot of Vic. So yeah, I did get used to lefties.
Until Cam came out. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not a big fan of left-handed quarterbacks. That Steve Young is nice though. So if you can't really afford one of these golden tickets, that Steve Young is basically one himself.
Oh yeah, totally. He looks great. 91 speed on him with all the thresholds and throwing power. 99.
What did that guy increase in the golden ticket Vic? Because that card is terrible.
Yeah, it really is.
I
think he increased like medium and deep, and I couldn't tell the other increases because all the other increases are like 1 and 2. I think jumping at 3 or something like that. I couldn't tell.
Come over here looking at like the Lamar Jackson going from 95 to 99. That card got a huge upgrade.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what did this dude do with Vic? Like, why is he so bad?
Yeah. Also, I think like with the Muthead one that they made, I think like Rockets and Kralo and stuff, maybe put in a good word, say, all right, increase these stats, or else Mudhead is attacking you. Mudhead becomes a mud attacking site now. I don't know what that. They probably grease the wheels somehow.
Yeah, you probably gave him a few more upgrades to be able to do. Cause that's no reason that guy should have 95 juke move 90 spin. Like, what are you doing with that? That's a big difference between like that. Like him and Cam had kind of the same like type of running back moves like that, which was pretty dope.
Yeah. So, I mean, some of the golden tickets were made nicely. Some of them made worse, but they're all still very good cards.
Yeah. Also, how come nobody got crazy with the chemistries or abilities? I mean, like, how come we didn't see situational pass rush on one of these cards?
I don't know. What the fuck is up with that? Yeah.
Like,
Aaron Donald. Yeah.
Situational pass rush. We got situational. What was it? Run blocker, whatever the hell that is. Where he gets an extra.
Yeah, you can't make an offensive lineman though.
Well, no, you can make a tight end though.
Oh, true.
Or a receiver with it.
Yeah.
So that's better than never stumble on a receiver.
Hell yeah, it would have been.
The only time I stumble on receivers on screenplays, so that's why I don't throw screenplays anymore. That's the only time I see my guy on the ground like tripping.
Screenplays are so nice against blitzers. They're like half my offense against blitzers.
Yeah, I need to get that off. It's just kind of tough because I always throw the ball too early, then it ends up being a tackle and I get mad.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, certain screens work, certain don't. It's so EA, like, only like a few of them actually work amazingly, like some bubble screens. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's something about like sometimes like some of the screens you work, just some of the screens that you use just don't work, whereas like some do. So it's like trial and error almost. But
you gotta figure it out. All right, let me see. I'm going to Mud here real quick. I want to make sure if there's any other chemistries that we didn't see this year. Why do you think we got chemistries in the game that actually weren't in the game? Did it not work, or was it too overpowered? EA just held it back.
I have no clue why they didn't put them in the game. Maybe they just weren't exciting. Like, they put them in the game, but they didn't put them in the game. The situational pass rusher and the primetime protector. I don't know. I really don't like. Do you think like a Clowney would you do situational pass rusher over under pressure?
See, if I knew what it entails, I kind of wanted to see what it did. Like, if it just turned my guy to an aggressive pass rusher on third downs.
Oh, that'd be so good.
A Don would be ridiculous. I mean, way better than under pressure. But the thing about it is, I don't know what it did. I don't know if it was like he has a better chance to get power move / finesse moves. Like, yeah, I don't know if it was something like that.
They're already at 99, so they can't go up at all.
Yeah, so I don't know what it actually did. We never actually got a card with it.
Dude, that'd be so amazing if it became an aggressive pass rusher on third down. I think that'd be a good chem. Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to see that. I'm trying to check right now because Mudhead. I don't think Mudhead has these up. I'm in the S's right now. I see run block. I see Saints leader, and it goes all the way from Saints leader to Steelers line leader. It doesn't have anything about situational pass rusher. I think you're talking about Mudhead. Why?
I know. I think Mudhead syncs with the EA database. They must have taken it off the EA database somehow, but it's still on the auction house, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still in the auction house.
Oh, that's weird. I have no clue.
We might find out what that means next year. We're going to be power up cards to get those chemistries.
That's going to be a big. Let's talk about that. About 19 blog.
Transition, baby.
I love it. Nice work, Tex. So, what the hell?
That's a good question. What the hell? I like that question. I can actually go with that question if you need me to.
All right, go with it. Run it.
All right. What the hell? EA all year getting terrible feedback about power-ups thought, you know what would be a good idea, Madden 19? Making everybody power-up cards. What the hell?
Yeah. What the hell?
That is the most EA thing. Like, you could tell they don't listen to anything anybody has to say on anything. They're like, yo, they all hate this, so let's make them do it more. And you're out here saying don't engage in things if you don't like it because EA gets bad ideas. They got a bad idea. Everybody, I see no positive things about power-ups. I only do it because I got a YouTube channel. But like I see nothing positive about power ups, and they made an entire game off of it next year.
Yeah, it's so. All right, maybe I should try and I'll try and explain it quickly what their thoughts are for next year's power ups. All right, so basically they took our feedback this year, and they instead of the feedback I gave them, which is just get rid of power ups and give us new fresh content instead of giving us new like so basically power ups are cards 2 days after we get the card already, and it's +1s and stuff. So next year with these power ups, so that's why I said get rid of them. Just stop working on extra cards that we just got. So instead, they decided with their player upgrade program, you're gonna be able to power guys down. So you're gonna be power them up, power them down. You're gonna be able to disenchant, I think is the word. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep using disenchant. Lower end cards or cards for a certain amount of training points. With these training points, you'll be able to train your card up to different tiers: tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. And here's the issue: to get up to like tier 4, you're still gonna need the base elite, base gold card to get up to the next level. So you can't just use training points to get up to like the highest overall card quality. You actually have to have that base elite to sink it into the set, just like you had this year. And I don't know, they didn't talk anything about limited times or master set cards, so we don't know if we'll be able to use training to get up to them. I hope we are, but we don't know. So that's kind of up in the air right now currently. So they haven't addressed that issue with power ups yet, but they kind of made the game all about power-ups, because now to get chemistry in your card, a card only comes with the team chemistry on it. And to get chemistry on it, you got to power it up. You got to go through a couple different tiers, use different training. Maybe the training won't be that much. Maybe like a training, it'll be like minimal cost to get these power-up backups. But basically, they're driving away from what we wanted, which was no NATs or limited NATs, and they're driving to like a full-on NAT fest next year. So like every single card in your team, in order to have chemistry, has to be NAT. Like they don't understand. Like I got into this game because I love football, I love Madden, and I also love the auction house. And so I came from Eve to MUT because I was a trader in Eve. Now I became a trader in MUT, and then I brought back my old school of playing football and stuff when I was a kid, franchise, and now it's a card game, everything. It's basically like a hybrid, card collecting game, football game, all this together. Now they're getting rid of basically a large portion of why I got into this game is trading the cards. They're just gonna be stuck in your binder. It's going from a trading card game to a collectible card game, and it's not something that I appreciate the movement on, if that makes any sense. But it's how they're going. So they're going further into depth on power ups, and I'm just gonna say I'm really not excited for it. Maybe there's something else that they haven't teased yet in MUT next year, but from what I've seen with these power-ups, with the other things that they're bringing, before I get into the other things, I'm gonna ask Tex, what else do you see with these power-ups next year? What kind of fun potential do you see with this?
All right, so the fun potential would be just powering up everything and hoping that the cards you power up will eventually go up in price, go a crazy amount that you can sell. Because imagine if you could people could have powered down their Keekly this year that had the Keekly when they were trying to power him up for the MUT heroes.
Yeah.
That's 1 million coins right there you'd have made easily. So it'll be good for people who want to invest in cards but also want to use the card at the same damn time while making it usable. That's the only positive I see.
That's the same thing as just keeping in your binder and using it, and it goes
I
up
understand that, but you get a better version of the card, and you get to use a top tier version with a chemistry and an ability that you want, more than likely, on your team.
So that is the
until
positive.
you don't want it no more.
Yep, that is the positive. You get to choose your chemistry.
Yeah, and then if you don't want the card no more, another one comes out, the better that you want, you can go to power down and sell. So it'll be good for people who are kind of super duper, like really annoying with their teams. They'll build a team. I don't like how this guy plays, and they get rid of him. So it'll be good for those that want to actually like have a team that's theirs, but it still is not going to fix a lot of the issues with like EA kind of deciding what players they're going to give you for your team. So like EA is still going to kind of dictate what players you get on your team based off pack luck and all that stuff that we all hate.
And then NAT rewards, yeah.
Yeah, so like it's still not really going to be your team, but at least you have an extra option now if you decide that you don't want to use that card, that you can go ahead and get some of your team training points back and put it into another person. But only thing I see fun-wise is just ability to make coin just by hopefully powering your player up, and his price goes up astronomically after better card does drop, and you can sell that card for money. It's the only thing I see.
Yeah.
It's a form of investing. We're using a better card, but it's the only thing I see positive wise, because the team building aspect, that we can get to that later on, but that's going to be super duper annoying next year.
Yeah, God. And here's the thing, like with the team building, like okay, so you get to choose your own chemistry, and that's something that's nice. You know, you get to really go with your team and get the chem how you want. Now, Texas, I know this is something we've wanted. Let me just ask you generally, like, was it more fun to build your team around chems, or do you think next year will be more fun to build your team and then add chems to it?
See, this is where it gets interesting, because we gotta wait to see. I think so. It was more fun to build my team around chemistry Madden 17 than it was in Madden 18.
Yeah,
and I don't think there's going to be any game that can top that experience, especially because they had a lot of chemistries in that game. We got to wait and see what they're going to have in Madden 19. Obviously, if they go back to the format where we got like 4-3, 3-4, we got pass heavy, run heavy, balance. We get like balance. We get all this chemistry plus the other elite chems plus some more. We get silver chems, gold chems, elite chems, and abilities. We get like 4 things that are like dope that we can build around. I think that'll be fun to kind of like experiment and find the chem that fits best for the player that you got. So if you got a guy with high block shed and you want to make him like better at run stuff, and you give him like 3-4, give him like a +3 boost to block shed and power move, that would be amazing. But it's all going to depend on what they add. If we get the same 7 chems we got this year and it's not expanded on, I don't think it's going to be as fun.
I think you're onto something really huge there. So I agree that maybe it's not this part, but the execution that they can really get into and really make us more enjoy the game mode a little bit more next year. So like basically the execution, like you said. So if these stats are all +1s or +1, I mean even +2 is fine. But if these chems, if you have to power up 50 cards or 20 cards to get that chemistry to get +1s on like 1 or 2 stats, it'll be an absolute bust. This game, that the whole chemistry system will suck. We'll hate it, just like earlier this year before they added the 5th level of chemistry. Like so, if we get a bunch of that and there's no like really customizing your team towards chemistry, I think this whole system's a bust. But if it ends up like you say +3 to some of these stats, +4, +5 like Madden 16s, 15.
That should be 25 cards.
If it costs you, if it takes you 50 cards on or 25 cards, say half and half or offense defense, and you get +3 to or +5 to a stat, I think that will automatically make it a little bit more interesting. But
yeah, because it just depends on what the chemistries are though. Like if the chemistries are the same this year, if you got 7 total next year, that's it. It's gonna be what it is this year, where everybody's gonna be running 2 chemistries. I want to see guys doing a lot more. I want to see more pick spec. I want to see, because last year, because it only took 4 players to get the chemistry maxed out, and so you saw a lot of teams with pick specialists, field general, coverage linebacker, edge setter. What else did they have last year? Mobile block. You saw a lot of teams with like 15 chems active, whereas this year you see 2.
Do you think? I know next year they're not going to have it this way, but why do you think they won't do it where like you get a chemistry and then it applies to your whole team?
You get a chemistry because they want to do that with motivators and want to do it with competitors. That's why. It's much easier. It's easier promo to sell. You can easily what's one guy boost your entire linebacking core. This one guy boosts your entire defense, your entire offense.
If you can get chems to matter and then it boosts your whole team instead of just those guys with chem, it'll allow you to try and fight for more chems on your roster.
It would, but they can't make money off that.
Well, yeah, they can. They can make as much money off that as they can off the.
Well, no, if they do motivators, $100. There's 3.
Yeah, but you can get motivators on top of the chemistry though.
You could, but I think they want you to only have to get those, because if you can somehow find a way to get a +2 block shed without having to get Von Miller, you won't get Von Miller.
Yeah. Hey, you know what's really? I mean, I still think you'd get Von Miller even on top of that. So
I would. I'm an idiot. I would
+4 block shed. That's huge.
Yeah, I would love that, but I don't think some people would be like, I got +2 is good enough. It's like I got Von Miller out there anyway.
Yeah. Here, you want to know how they absolutely knocked this out of the park with this change? All right.
Wait, hold on. GovFox is about to go on record how they can knock out chemistries in Madden next year. If this is a thing, EA better cut you a check. Go.
I don't want to check. I just want them to make it amazing. All right. Let me know what you think of this. All right. So if you power up a guy, you're able to make a choice between. There's gonna be a few things here. Make a choice between his background art, like golden tickets, and his picture art. So there will be cutouts of the card art back and in front, and then you'll be able to make your own card. So your own team, all your power ups. You can do your own art style. Like obviously there'll be certain maybe there'll be like a dozen backgrounds that you can choose from for your cards, for your power-ups. And then like each player will have different poses that you can have them in, from whatever AP photo they cut out for that player. And then you can choose some sort of customization for that card on the field too, because it's your power-up. So you can kind of bling them out on the field too. What do you think of that? Will that help power-ups?
If you had full
So you
control of the player and card that you had, I think anything customizable like that would help you out. If you can make the player feel like look more like himself. So like how was it Alvin Kamara that was tweeting at EA? I still got my tape sleeves on my arms. Like if you had Alvin Kamara powered up and then you just added like his gear to him, make him look more like himself.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you could change the card art to be like the special design, so people could be like, okay, you got this dope card. That would be a nice play.
There you go.
That would be a nice play. I like that. But I'm confused though, but like next year with not having any card with chemistries on it. So does that mean the MUT Master is not gonna have any chemistries on it? You got to power him up to get the chemistry you want.
They haven't talked about Masters yet. We don't know. They're staying oddly silent. We gotta get Jake and
we
company
need more
on.
info. We need more because like I was wondering. So this is why EA kind of annoys me sometimes. They went completely in the opposite direction. They know that we complained about toughness a lot this year, for they made it crazy good.
Yeah.
How come they just didn't release cards with chemistries on them and then let you be able to power them up and change the chemistry once you power them up? So a card come out with physical front. If you don't want that, power them up and change the chemistry.
Well, that's what they do. That's what they do next year. That's how they fix it next year.
No, next year none of the cards coming out is gonna have chemistry on them.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying
Except
that's what their change is.
I know, but like, how come they just didn't have the cards come out with chemistry anyway? And if you don't want that chemistry, just power them up and change it.
Shit,
I'm not a fan.
You got me, Tex. You got me.
I'm not like, this is weird because we're complaining about something that we haven't seen yet. But I'm really.
We have seen it though. That's exactly what we've seen.
True,
Le'Veon Bell, his base elite card was shown. Maybe it's false. Yeah. Maybe their early artwork was wrong, and we're assuming based off it. But I haven't seen anything from any EA people disputing that claim.
I get you, and I know the thing about it because I know someone who listens to this podcast, like Cradle, shout out to you for listening right now, but I don't want to like be too negative and be like they complain about everything. I just don't know why they took Hims off cards because like as a team builder, as a guy that likes to build people's teams and build my own team, this is going to be the most expensive year in Madden history to build a team.
Explain.
So if you want to get chemistry on a card to make your player better, now if the chemistry is all +1, chemistry may be irrelevant then. But if it's going to be +3s and +5s like we hope that it is, and you want to get that +5 boost, which turns this gold card into a top tier defender, or turns this silver card into a better version that you can actually use. But if the chemistries are all +1, it's not going to matter. But if it's going to be significant boost, you're going to feel obligated to power up a lot of cards to get the chemistry that you want, which in turn is going to be very expensive, especially because a lot of the good abilities and chemistry they said will be on cards at certain thresholds. So let's say there's a threshold for secure tackler that's at 91 tackle. You're gonna have to. That's gonna be that's a top tier elite card. So you got to power up a card that's probably 200,000 coins to get the secure tackler on him, and on top of that, you got to spend more coins powering up an entire defense to get his other ability or his other chemistry active.
Yeah.
So you got a quick sell card, which takes coins out of your binder and off the market to put into training points to power up cards on top of buying more cards to power up to be able to get the chemistry active. That seems crazy expensive.
It really does, because we don't know which cards are going to be able to have which chemistries on them too. Like, will only elite cards have the elite chemistries on them? Will gold cards have their own special chemistries? And then
if it's like Madden
17 had special silver cards had their own chemistries, and golds and elites had their own.
Yeah, elites had, I think, elite chems, golds had gold chems, and silvers had like those balanced offense, balanced stuff that didn't really do anything for you. But the 3-4 chems, I think in Madden 17 were better than some of the chems we got. Better than some of the elite chems. You just had to use a lot more players, obviously, to get it active.
And worse players.
Yeah, it was a +3 boost instead of a +2 boost.
But like, I don't know if people quite understand your point. Maybe because I'm barely on the fence of getting it. Basically, like, I want to see if I can say this right. Like, in order to get those maximum stats, you're gonna have to power up guys significantly further and use them as backups and starters. in order to get those max boosts for your certain player.
Because if they're doing 25 slots and he's doing backups to your entire team, I'm pretty confident you're going to need 25, or maybe we'll do 12 and 12 on offense, or if you're on both sides, we're just on defense. We'll do 12 and 12 to get this chemistry maxed out, which that's a lot still. It's like this year, but if you want to get all of it maxed out, if it's 25, if they require 25 slots to max out, we'll just say
so like will your I just want to say this: will your 25th man have to be like early in the year, like an 89 overall, which goes for 300,000 coins? That's ridiculous. Like to get that max chem.
Yeah, but
so it's gonna be ridiculously expensive to do that.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that you don't know what these cards are gonna be able to get. So like some gold cards may not be able to get that specific chemistry.
Yeah,
it may just be elites that are only able to get the top tier ones, which may require less players in line, obviously, to get it because they're more expensive, which will balance out towards the end of the year. But early on, it's going to be very tough to build a dominant team that you want with the chemistries you want, because these cards are not going to have them on them.
I mean,
at the start.
To be fair, early on is really when chemistries matter the most. Like
that is true.
This time of year, chemistry. I mean, yeah, a lot of guys are up near 99 block shed. You just get Vaughn to bring them up, but like. Chemistries aren't. Do you think chemistries are? Well, they increase chemistries, but chemistries matter more near the beginning of the year, don't you think, or do you not think that?
Oh, I believe that wholeheartedly. Like when they drop a card, like nothing. Well, not chemistries matter for lower overall cards to be able to be used. I don't think it matters depending on time of year. It just matters for lower tier cards.
Because we'll be hitting thresholds.
Not really with thresholds, but it just matters for.
Well, that's the reason I powered up my Le'Veon Bell early, was because of the threshold.
Yeah, because of thresholds. No, I think for me at least, chemistry matters more so for me for like when it comes to team building, so I can actually like use cards I wouldn't use. So again, I bring it back Madden 17 up. Derek Wolf went from an 86 overall to a 92 when I came him all the way out. With Broncos team training, Von Miller, motivator. Which motivator gave him power move last year? You know who that was?
Oh no.
I don't know who that was. When I maxed out Broncos chemistry and I maxed out, I think he had 3 kills. I think he had line pusher and he had something else as well.
Vernon? Was it Olivier Vernon?
It might have been Olivier Vernon. I had Vernon out there too. So when you get those 2 guys, plus you get a bunch of other cards to keep him all the way out, you get a 92 overall defensive end that is now usable because he has top tier block shed and top tier power move.
Yeah. So
that's where that's where it matters for the low end cards, not for the beginning of the year, but it's cards that are on the brink of being usable. Because when a card's not usable, it's annoying. Now we got to figure out what EA is going to do next year with the overall system. Cause I wouldn't mind if they kind of made some budget cards, but I don't know if they'll do that because they'll make cards usable. So if they go like 90 pass block, like 75 run block.
I don't think we bitched enough in 18 about there being no budget cards, and I don't know if people care enough. Like I've seen a little bit of that complaint, but in the previous years we cared more and we talked more about cards not like playing up to their coin cost or overall. So they basically nerfed all budget cards. They made all stats flat. Like I made that video earlier in the year. So like cards, just if you were at like a 85 overall lineman, you had like plus 1 or 2 on the pass or run block over other 85 overall linemen. There was no specialization on any cards, so the budget cards weren't in effect. So I don't think we bitched out about enough. I think ratings in 19 will be along similar lines of flatness from 18.
You're probably right about that. Which I'm a fan. I just want to see more variety with things. I don't want to see more of a balancing. Like I don't want to see a dude that's not good at run block with like 85 run block and 85 pass block, because that's kind of how they have to do it for 86 overall. So maybe if they get more in depth and make guys actually kind of play up to their strength. If a lineman in the NFL is like Nate Solder is really good at pass blocking, not so much in run blocking, but they kind of, I think he's retired though. But like if you get a guy like that that's kind of good at one skill set, then make him good at that. Don't make him super balanced, because that's kind of how your overall system has to go.
Yeah.
The Mud Heroes 1 was dope when they did that. When they dropped like the linemen that have 90 pass blocking and 90 run blocking, but nothing else on the other end. That was fun.
I agree. Something that specializes those cards, that makes them like unique and very good at one thing. I 100% with you there, Tex. I hate these podcasts where we agree. There's no great banter.
That's because we can disagree on some other things. It'll come out when Madden comes out. When I complain about preseason content.
Did you see Lemon's comments on that?
You got so mad at me, bro. I'm telling you, when y'all get that 65 overall bronze preseason card, you'll be pissed too. Team of the week pack. Pull for preseason players.
I'm a
new
clickbait the shit out of that. Yeah. greatest card ever. Suck it, Texas boy. Yeah, preseason stars. Come get me. Yeah, practice players. I don't know. Tim Tebow card. It's gonna be fucking lit.
Yeah, there's gonna be somebody not gonna be on the roster at the end of those 4 weeks.
Yeah, maybe. So let's talk more about the blog for Mutt next year, because last week we had a franchise guy on, and I think the blog came out after recorded anyways, right?
Yeah, it came out that
Wednesday.
Yeah, it always comes out on Wednesday. Tomorrow we're going to get gameplay, which is going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
Got to do an emergency podcast before it's inserted somewhere in this, so I think that we actually talked about it.
Yeah, I guarantee you they'll come out with a gameplay blog before this podcast goes up. All right, so we went through player upgrades and all that stuff, gave our thoughts on what's going to go wrong there. And it's funny. Like last year on these podcasts and in the conversation with Rex, it's funny seeing the things that we talked about early on as issues that are going to come up down the road, like thresholds, them absolutely just taking over the community later. Like I said early in the year, like these thresholds, once we get to the end of the year, these cards, we're going to hate playing with these quarterbacks, with these cornerbacks, with these wide receivers that all act the same. And then like after the Super Bowl, it's like everything comes down and it's acting the same. And like, yeah, told ya. I mean, this shit is so easy to see ahead of time. Like, maybe EA's just like lost in the sauce or something, but like an outside eye, we can like literally see this coming from a mile away, and how these the issues with these power-ups is going to be, and the problems with them. So it's just weird that they're not being like talked about at EA and kind of taken care of ahead of time, Tex, don't you think?
I mean, we already discussed how to plan ahead, so that's how it works. So when you don't know how to plan ahead, you don't foresee problems in the future, which is not great leadership. Leadership's supposed to be able to see what's going to happen in the future.
No, what leadership? What the hell are you talking about? Leadership's about blaming it on the other people. It's their fault.
Oh, you're right. But usually, if a great leader can foresee issues happening in the horizon,
it's called shitting down, kissing up, Tex.
True.
Always blame the person down the line from you. Come on, Tex.
I gotta learn that when I get to work.
That's how you climb the corporate leader or leaderboard ladder. All right, are you excited about solo battles next year?
I'm excited to rage on stream.
What? Oh, because the simulation all Madden on the
I'm doing sim all Madden first week that's available, bro. I'm breaking controller. Like I'm excited about that. But I don't really know how that's gonna go because
Texas. Let me interrupt you here. So
what's up?
You know how when you see a friend make just going down the line to making a bad decision, like
yeah.
It's like I'm watching you at a bar with your phone out and I know you're texting an ex, and I'm like, should I interview? I know he's not going to want to do this, and this is a bad idea for him. Or maybe I'm watching you get another tequila shot after I know you're already in the bag, and I'm like, I should stop him, but I kind of want to see where this goes. So go on with your all Madden Sim solos, Tex.
Okay. No, I want to know what the rewards are going to be, because when I saw that your boy Pizza's video with him, by the way, EA, you owe me some money, by the way. You see what EA did this week?
What?
If you click what's new in Madden 19, it plays your boy Pizza's video in Madden.
What's wrong with that? That's been that way for years.
That's the first time I've seen that.
They had Kralo streaming on that in 17.
Dude, first of all, I didn't know they had the technology. Second of all, why didn't they do that more?
Well, okay. First of all, every Madden YouTuber except for your boy QJB and Anto has a coin seller, so they can only put 3 guys up.
Mutt Wieners exist.
Mutt Wieners don't put out YouTube videos.
Then why are they Game Changers?
The last time they put out, because Game Changers aren't just YouTubers and influencers, but the last time,
why not?
The last time the Wieners put out a video, I think the first George Bush was in office. Like they don't put out videos, so it's hard to make them.
Why?
You can't feature them if they don't put out videos.
Why are they Game Changers and influencers? They get flown down to EA. I think they might live in Orlando, but they get flown down to record footage early if they don't put up videos. What kind of broken ass Game Changer program is they running?
You don't have to be a YouTuber to have influence on the game.
That's a what?
I'm
gonna tweet my thoughts on the game.
Yeah. You can be a Twitter.
EA, this is why the Game Changer program sucks. That's why no one wants to be a part of it.
Okay. What YouTuber can be even a game changer? Name one.
K
is one.
Bengal Designs.
Doesn't he have a coin sponsor?
No, Bengals has not had a coin sponsor for a year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess. Okay, he got rid of his.
Mr. Hurricane.
Wait, didn't Bengal say he's taking on a MLB The Show coin sponsor?
EA don't care about that.
Oh, true.
Like, cool, go ahead. F that game, not us now.
Or stuff
Chris
sponsor.
Move.
Yeah. Who?
Chris Move.
Yeah, he's definitely doing EA stuff.
Yeah, I just
he did in the past.
It's the fact this is the first time we didn't see this for Halloween. We didn't see this for Thanksgiving. Why did they introduce tech? I don't think they had the technology, honestly, if I'm being honest with you, because it pulls up. I hope he's getting paid though, by the way, because it's not a YouTube video. It's an actual video in the game that I cannot pause or fast forward. I mean, I can pause, but I can't fast forward or rewind. I have to watch it all the way through, which is the most inconvenient thing in the world. Because if I accidentally back out of it midway because I'm pressing the wrong button, all of a sudden I start the whole thing over from the beginning.
Yeah,
it's stupid. But they need to do more of that.
They're
actually
paying
get game
exposure though, right? It's a terrible gig, but for a lot of YouTubers, they'd take that exposure as the only.
Yeah, it needs to that needs to be something incentive, because like if you have your YouTube name in the bottom left and like the in the video and people click that and see, oh my god, he uploads Madden, I'm gonna go check him out on YouTube to get more information about this. That would be a great avenue. Because it's in the game. When I see them retweet these guys, it doesn't do anything because you're only retweeting to a small audience. Madden targets a huge community in the actual game itself, so I'm glad they're doing that. So that's a positive direction this game is going in to kind of put money in their game changers' pockets. Now, what were we talking about? Because I got completely sidetracked.
Solo
battles. Okay. Yeah, so I'm excited about it because... Well, the rewards, because if the rewards are terrible, look, I think it was like 3 pro packs, like 250,000 coins. That's weird. So maybe if they're like top tier dope rewards for playing it and good coins, then that's going to be kind of fun to try to chase the high score to get it. But it's just going to be kind of frustrating because we know all Madden sim mode solos are the easiest thing on the planet Earth. But we all know how to cheat solos at this point anyway, so it's not like it's going to be too difficult. As long as you have a decent enough team, and you should be fine. Plus, early on, if they go based off other people's teams, it's probably not going to be as stacked.
Yeah, very true. I mean,
there's always one glitchy run play. Like Gun Marshall might be glitchy again at the beginning of Madden, so you might just be able to run that the entire time.
Yeah, I'll probably try it out a week or two. I don't see myself dedicating too much time to it. We'll see how much it is, but then again, I'll probably just try like All Pro Arcade or All Madden Arcade and just throw it up just to rack up the points, see how hard I can get. Because if somebody's playing an All Madden Sim, if you fuck up one, you're basically off the leaderboard, isn't it true? Like I know FIFA had this too. And by the way, let me just make this point. Why does it feel like Madden is the back of the human centipede of the EA corporate structure? Like, why is FIFA shitting?
That's the best one. That's the best one.
The back?
The worst one is the middle.
Yeah. The best one's the front.
I'm sorry, I forgot. I thought, okay, I was looking at it differently. I thought the back would have been the front.
No,
my fault.
No.
So,
the guy taking the shit through 2 people already.
Okay, yeah. So he is the one that's eating the shit, not the one in the middle.
I think FIFA's the front one. FIFA's getting fed all the original ideas.
Okay, FIFA's front, and then we got EA in the back, and NBA Live in the middle.
Yeah, and okay, maybe Madden's in the middle. True, good point. Okay, so Madden is the middle in the human centipede of this FIFA type of connection. Like their bowel goes straight into our mouth for all the. It feels like, why are we just getting the recycled shit? Do the developers that work on Madden don't know how to do anything but Control-C, Control-V? Or is it just the producers who can't come up with new, fresh ideas? Like, whose fault is this that we're always getting the shit from FIFA? Like, okay, Weekend League, that's cool. You reward that, like, and then we get this solo battle bullshit. I know the draft stuff came at the same time. Both FIFA and Madden had that. But, like, why is it constantly, hey, this isn't FIFA, this is a great idea? What? Stop giving us FIFA stuff. Give us something new and original.
I would like that. The thing about it is, when the team gets left to their own devices, we saw what happened with every promo being the same exact promo we got this year. So a lot of these guys cannot be trusted to think for themselves, and that's what happens. So they don't want to take risk. I know why they don't, because it's jobs security, and they don't want to risk being the unpopular guy. So it's easy to kind of side with the majority.
You're right.
But if they took risks, we would see probably more creative things in the game. If you had somebody out there that was like, we'll do this instead of doing that. But
and that's the thing.
They never zag. They always zig.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they never zig. They always zag. What's to say? They never do what we expect them to do.
Yeah, or want them to innovate, to surprise us, to give us something new that we haven't seen in video games before. It's always from somewhere else. It's easier, like you said, to keep your job when you can point to a successful game that has it and then copy it for your own game. Like we're gonna get like custom celebrations next year, and we copy that from Fortnite. Or we're gonna get like we're not gonna get tavern brawls, but like or custom game modes. But like that'd be easier now to copy from Fortnite. It's got a better chance of happening now than ever. So it's weird that another game has to do it, successful AAA title, before EA or the Madden staff themselves will think about putting it in. It's just, I don't want to beat a dead horse again, but fuck, where's the innovation? Like this solo battles, squads. I don't know. This shit just ain't for me next year. Like this is not targeting my demographic. These solo battles, like these are gonna be. This is gonna be the next excuse for EA why they're not putting out long journeys or long gauntlets. We're gonna get like the solo battles, and it's gonna be the same shit every week. And then we're gonna get promo solos and maybe a couple other here and there. But like we're getting away from the classic MUT long ass journeys. Journeys are it's like a story you put us on. You give us the packs, you give us the coins, but you're putting us on this other bullshit. And it seems like it's a way of getting out of more work. What do you think of that, Tex?
I agree. When I read them say you can replay the solo for a different corner reward, I'm like, oh my god, what are we doing?
Oh, for squads, that shit's gonna be botted.
What are we doing?
It's like they don't understand. People take advantage of these systems. This is another thing. How do you not see this coming? Like, how do you not see these bots that literally took over squads last year coming back and making it just easier on them in 19 to generate coins? And this is the same shit they did that happened on mobile before they had to take our auction house away. Here's what's gonna happen. I can totally see it. Maybe it's not gonna happen like this, but like. Predicting the future, according to people on Twitter, predicting the future is super easy. So I should be able to do it really easy here. They're basically EA is going to put these things in. They're going to see these bots generating these coins. They're going to ruin our auction house. And they're going to take the auction house away from us, saying we can't trust you. Let's make it like Madden Mobile because the coin sellers, the coin generators, all of them, they took over the auction house. So we're taking it away from you, and this is better for you. No, it's not. Stop doing stupid things. That's all I got to say about that. Text you.
That needs to be on a shirt right there. Stop doing stupid things. I buy that shirt.
How do you not see this 6 months down the road? Like, it's so weird. Like, it's easy to see things in hindsight and make fun of EA, but it's so funny to see things coming down the track at me. Like, it's like my head is against this railroad right now, and I can hear the rumbling. This train is coming down at us, Tex. Are we going to get off this track? Is EA going to jump with us, or are they going to run right into that coin generation train?
They're gonna run into it, and then they're gonna deal with the problem head on whenever it happens. I think that's how their attitude is.
You're right. They're always reactive.
They're gonna be like, "Oh shit, we knew this was coming, but we wanted to make sure." And so before we actually had to do more work, so we're not gonna do that. But I'm over here like looking at this. I'm like, yeah. So if they do solo battles, because the way the structure is, you play 4 on Monday through Tuesday. The 4th Monday through Thursday. I think it's like the rest of Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
2 Monday. Oh no, sorry. 4 plus a featured opponent on Monday, 4 on Wednesday, 4 on Friday.
Okay, so that's going to be the solo content for the week that drops. Team of the week probably still going to be on Tuesday. We get no cards on Monday night. That's going to drop because that's kind of how that game works. So we kind of got the structure already. What they're going to be doing Thursday's probably going to be something limited time in packs again, and then
we had to beg for that. Remember?
I remember that, and then probably Saturday Legends. So we kind of got the structure from what Madden 19 is going to be.
How fucking boring.
We already got the structure. No, we cracked the code. Sherlock Fox and what's the other? Constable Texas is on the case.
I like that, Constable Texas. Elementary, my dear Watson. It's so like I said in the video before, like EA, this Madden game is essentially an MMO. It's their live service. They keep providing us content. And this is the major expansion of the year. We get one expansion a year in Madden. Whereas like other MMOs maybe get it more often. Some more, some less. And this is it? This is our major expansion for the year? I don't know, Tex, man.
I can tell you this. If we don't get Journey or Weekend or any more Gauntlet stuff, people will still be upset about it. Like, because the fact that you have to kind of play on these all Madden sim style solo challenges to even try to be able to compete in the top 100 is going to be annoying. That one's going to give you the most points, unless you can somehow find a way to like cheese an arcade. But at that point, if you can cheese an arcade, which is going to take a lot longer to get points in order to like kind of balance it out, you might as well just play on arcade and play on the harder difficulty.
Like,
cause I saw that it was like a 40. I don't know what difficulty they were playing. It was like a 40 times multiplier, like 40% times multiplier, whatever how that equates out to.
Yeah. I don't know about that. But like, okay, here's another thing. Say I'm EA and I'm looking at my demographics. If I'm looking at my solo grinders, am I seeing a large portion of the demographics of my solo grinders? Are they competitive players? Are they players that want to reach for top 100? Are solo players the competitive player of the Madden community?
I would say they're the most dedicated player, which therefore makes them their best demographic because they're the guys that are actually putting in the time.
No, but I'm saying, is this something that would interest them? Like, is this
Oh.
a replacement for like Journey or Gaunt? Like, would the majority of the solo players in this community like this over more like Journeys or Gauntlets?
See, it depends on what the rewards are. The rewards are dope, and if you get decent rewards for just like not even placing top 100, like if you get like dope stuff back out of it, I think they'll be happy with it. It all depends on what they give us. If I just do all Madden, and if I do all pro 3-minute quarters and on sim mode, and I'm over here like getting what I guess we'll just say 25K at the end of the week or at the beginning of the next week, and then like 3 pro packs. It's probably not worth my time because I can be spending those time at a real job, use that money to buy like black market coins and putting it into the game, which is with everything in general. But if the rewards are dope and they keep and there's like other stuff you can earn for playing it that go towards progression in Madden, like it'd be kind of cool if you get like team training or training points off that or some like collectibles and stuff as well. So if they target them and give them the correct rewards, not better than the weekend league obviously because it's a CPU opponent, but something that
you're still going against other players though. Right? Shouldn't the top 100 be the same because you're still fighting other players for those rewards?
Well, no, because you're glitching the CPU, so you're just doing cheesy stuff. You're running,
but you're still competing. You're still trying to out-cheese the CPU more than other players can out-cheese the CPU, which is essentially head-to-head.
I agree, but I don't think that. I think head-to-head is way more. It needs to be way more coins for that mode.
I guess you're also playing more games too, total.
Yeah, then I can. And then after I get to a certain point, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a cap. It's gonna be a point where you cannot get any more points accrued. Because my guess is because people will figure. I'm pretty sure he's gonna cap us. Like they can't just let us just go out here and do what we want to. I think they're gonna cap us on how many points you can earn per game. Like there's a limit to how many XP you can earn a game in this year. I don't know if you knew that or not. Like you can get I think like 35 tackles is the max tackles you can get a game for like 1,000 XP. And there's some other stuff as well that maxes out. So I'm pretty sure we'll max out at what we can get plus the modifier that gives us the extra times boost to our XP.
Yeah.
For the leaderboards. And so I wonder if a lot of guys are gonna have the same score. That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure there'll be some sort of glitch at least at one point or another to get max score.
Yeah.
So I went back to our MUTMen podcast from 2 weeks ago to your channel to use this word. Kerry Gaines, nice use of this word. I'm going to copy you and not give you credit. I should edit that part out of his name, Texas. Thank you.
I got you.
Thank you. Psychographics. So the psychographics of solo grinders is what I was trying to get at earlier. Like, the solo grinders in this game don't seem like the competitive community. Like, that's why I think this isn't, like, perfectly fitted for the people that like to grind against the CPU. Like Mr. Hurricane last week. We had him on. He loves grinding against the CPU. He loves the franchise stuff. Does he seem like a competitive player? Does that seem like the market that EA is going after with these solos?
So they're not going to...
So
I think they're going...
Go on. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, I think with these, I'm going back to what you said earlier. They're just doing this right now to get out of putting extra work into thinking of content.
Okay. I guess we can agree on that. Yeah.
They just want to be able to put something out weekly that is mindless, that is copy, is Control-C, Control-V, and then occasionally add other stuff that solo grinders can do, but they want to give something to people that felt like this year there weren't that many solos. But I don't think people really... I don't know how many of you played so far. I played over 1,500. I think I played like closer to 2,000.
I think I've played 700 some.
Yeah, so like this is something that they're going to give you, 12 games a week? Something like that?
And they'll have different full games. Wait, they're full games. So how much can they change each week, right?
Well, 3-minute quarters. It's not going to change much at all. So
it is Control-C, Control-V eventually.
Yeah, it's going to be just the only thing they're changing is the roster. Like ain't nothing changed but the name on the mail, as T.I. would say. So that's all. That's all they're doing. That's all. They're just going to give you 12 souls a week that you can grind.
It just seems like such a miss for the people that like to do that kind of stuff. Like,
I mean, eventually it might turn to that. Like, it might turn to like what Draft Champions did back in 16, when nobody was playing it after a while. Actually, it might have been 17.
Yeah,
when nobody was actually playing the mode. It was a ghost town. So it might turn into that after the first 5 weeks if it's not actually fulfilling enough.
With the rewards, I think people will still grind it out. It's not that long.
It depends. Well, it is. You have to play in the hardest difficulty to get the thing.
Yeah, true.
Unless everybody all agrees to play on arcade. Like, let's all say as a community, nobody play on sim mode. Everybody play on arcade.
Somebody's gonna try and sim it.
Somebody's gonna be a scumbag. I got one point. I don't know how. I was playing on lower difficulty like you told me to.
It was just a glitch, bro. So I don't know. Again, I think this is. I'm sure people will get into it and play it, and there will be some people that like it. So somebody's gonna say, "Gut facts, you made a mistake. I love this mode," and yeah, they'll be right. I'm just saying, I don't think EA is gonna hit the most of their market that they could with better content. Like here, all right, have you played Slay the Spire, Texas?
Mm-mm.
All right, it's a game. Basically, you build up your characters. You go on a spiral. Like it's a card game kind of mix, and basically, like you build your deck, or maybe say for Madden, you build your roster as you win games against the computer, and that's something that would have been a way better. Like just copy Slay the Spiral or Spire. I can't even say it right. And something like that would be so much more interesting for CPU grinders than like competitive CPU grinding to get the most points. It's just going to be so monotonous, and people are going to just kind of grind through it, just do regular, and just be bored with the game, and just have to sit through it for the rewards later. So it's not. It's people are going to be engaged with it. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think people are going to enjoy it. And I think it's a miss for EA and a lost opportunity of doing something more fun for 19. All right, move on. We've spent enough time on this one. All right, what's next on the blog? I think the last one we talked about the squad solo challenges and how it's just going to be botted. Do you like the substitutions that they're going to have for like right end, left defensive end, pass rushers, rush defensive tackles, slot corners, sub linemen? Like, okay. Well, let me go off of this first. How hard would it have been to do formation subs like they did in Madden, 01 through 09 or something? I forgot what years exactly they had it. But basically, they had the formations on the screen. You literally just clicked your roster. You put for each formation for each person in which, like, why make it more complicated? It's not like it'd take up too much more space. It was on like a N64 cartridge type of bullshit. Like, why? I don't know. Texas, do you like these sub ends?
I don't know how that's gonna play in game, cause I don't make many adjustments as it is on my defense. So occasionally, if I run like a big nickel, then I'll make my substitution from there. But I don't really know how this is gonna really play. But I guess this is easier because only like 5 positions, I guess. So they can easily do 5 positions that they can make balance easier than doing a bunch. And probably if this works out well, then we may see more in the future. But I would love to see formations. So I still don't know why we don't have a depth chart equipped enough that fits 4-3 or 3-4. Our depth chart fits 4-3 right now, but you don't have a depth chart that fits 3-4.
Yeah,
in the game for the lineup screen.
That's an easy change. The lineup screen to go more formations, so you can set.
Yeah,
so you can set each one. Yeah, and
so you can see what's going on with that. So you can go like, okay, you're in the playbook. You're in the Raiders playbook. You got 4-4, 3-4. That'll be the best change right there. So doing formation change or doing subs, just change it for each formation that you happen to be in.
Yeah. It's so weird, too, like, how limited the defense is in this game. I think it might be just because of, like, how much we've been able to glitch out the CPU in years past. But, like, how many formations have we had taken away from us on the defensive side of the ball? It's, like, dozens almost, it feels like. So, defense right now is so basic. Like, I was seeing NY Kia talk about cover 3 match. Like, if you want to play a cover 3 match and out of, like, your nickel, it won't be in, like, your 4-3 wide 9. Like, you won't have the same cover 3 match concept in playbooks. So, like, the defensive side's so limited and basic. It feels like there's only like a couple different plays, a couple different formations in every single defensive playbook. Whereas like on offense, like the West Coast playbook has like near, far, like the offensive formations. I love how different a lot of the offensive stuff is, even though people just generally go down to like a couple of them. But there are at least options for many different formations, even though the plays aren't great and they need to give more diversity there in formations. But defense is so basic, and I guess the rush end, it's a move towards the right direction. So I'm not going to shit on too much. I just wish it was actual like full formations that we could get. Then we could get special team subs too, which would be nice. But we don't have those yet. That would be nice.
I would love a lot of these things that could add create more control of what you get on the field as opposed to having to press pause and do things manually, which a lot of people. I'm not quick at it all. So whenever I got 30 seconds to make 4 adjustments, I struggle because the clock's ticking. I'm like, damn, I got to press pause again. So it'd be much easier just to go ahead and have this stuff already preset, especially because we know what we want to do. It's just annoying having to do it every single time.
Yeah.
That takes time out of my time to be able to make these adjustments 40 times in a week.
All right, yeah, I think that's all we want to talk about with that MUT19 blog. Obviously, we're not getting contracts back next year, and I said I think I replied to something on Twitter. I actually got featured in a Twitter moment for Madden taking out contracts. As weird as it is, me and LJ got that Twitter clout. But I said, but my thing that reached the Twitter moment was like they essentially removed contracts from 18 with the 2,500 solos, 2,500 contracts you get each week, quick solo. So I guess Texas, no contracts. Are you concerned about the economy going forward and the rapid inflation that's going to happen with no contracts?
I'm excited about it because all contracts was the way to just get coins out of the market.
Yeah.
And then this year they didn't even give you a chance to get the Wheel of Contract back to spend coins on contracts because they knew that this whole thing was just kind of a coin sink.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad they got rid of them because 50,000 coins for 2,500 contracts is ridiculous.
Yeah. It was pretty ridiculous.
Bro, I was getting to the point where I was out here playing with gold players and solos, and I would sell the gold player and buy it back with 25 contracts.
That's exactly what I did when I started in 15.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not buying contracts. I have not spent any money on contracts. I'd buy a pro pack before I buy a contract.
And pro packs only give you like 10 or 20, right?
Yeah, but I'm over here like I could spend 50,000 coins on 2,500. I could just buy a pro pack and just risk it getting a gold player I can actually use.
Yeah,
I'll buy a pro pack.
Yeah. So contracts, they're gone. Who cares? Good. Good riddance is what a lot of people think. And I didn't have too much issue with them, but I think they were an unfun part of the game, so it's good they're gone. I think the auction house tax takes enough coin out of the economy, which is I think it should go down to 5% personally. But you never know. Inflation's inflation. I think they put enough cards onto the market weekly to fight inflation on old cards. But anyways, what else? I think that's it, right? You want to move on to what's remaining in 18?
Let's do that.
All right, so that was it for that 19 blog. We'll sure get more gameplay there. 18, what's remaining? I think we have. Let's talk about it. So we just got loyalty. We talked about that earlier. Let me go to my document here. Do you think we're getting year in review?
Year in review. So just basically a rehash of the old stuff we had in the game?
Yeah, like last year.
Probably. Probably. I wouldn't put it past them.
Wasn't Blockbuster similar to that too? Or what? Blockbusters were like new cards.
Their 99 overalls like ridiculous stats, except for like that Des Bryant like a weird 987 like Excel or whatever hell he had on him.
Yeah,
some weird terrible. 99 everything like 87 Excel. Like what is this? So
that Rodgers was crazy.
Yeah, Rodgers is good. So we'll probably get something along the lines like year review. We might get movers next week because there's still a door open for it, considering we haven't got a 99 overall Jimmy Graham yet. We haven't got 99 overall or 90. We got Tyrod instead. We haven't got who else moved this past offseason? Sherman. So we'll probably end up getting movers, I would think, probably next week since this was the last week for the NFL replays promo.
Oh, yeah, I could totally see that.
Movers?
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be a weekly promo or do you think it's going to be like a one-off?
It has to be weekly because we got 8 more weeks on. I keep saying 8. We got 2 months until Madden comes out. So I would assume
less than 2 now with the early edition.
Yeah, if it comes out the 2nd, but if it comes out the 7th, like when this goes up on Thursday, that's 2 months until Madden.
Amazing, love it.
Yeah, that's great. So I would assume it has to be weekly at this point to carry us. If we keep getting the same content program where we get those weird boss solos on Monday, movers on Tuesday, and then Thursday. Wednesdays is weird weird solos. Thursday, Friday, limited time something, and then Legends Saturday. Like, we still got another 7 more weeks of Legends too, don't we? To get another free one. Cause I think we got another 7 weeks of Legends to get another free one.
Okay.
And so we think so we got 7 more weeks. It looks like of like weekly content coming our way for movers or whatever promo they decide to do.
I could see that. I think movers would be a good one. I mean, that's because final editions were essentially replays, right?
Basically, like the final editions. Oh, yeah. To our last year, I was like, we didn't get those issues yet. They were basically the replays, except for, I guess I don't know. I feel like the final editions were better because they were players of that current team, whereas these ones are kind of like throwbacks.
True.
To the other players, so these are kind of like a flashback / throwback promo, as opposed to replay. To final editions were just cards on current teams.
Yeah. So final editions. Hopefully those would come too, but maybe not. But yeah, so we'll get Ultimate Legends for 7 more weeks, like you said. Movers, maybe. I think that's a good idea. Do you think we'll get like a promo for the cover reveal for the standard edition?
I mean, we might get a promo after the fact. It might be one of those like weird Mutt Master grind type things again, because it happened last year with Tom Brady, where we had to go grind for a free Tom Brady.
Yeah.
If they do that again in a year, I'm fighting. I'm not doing that again. No. Stop. I'm not gonna grind for a 99 overall like Carson Wentz. No, get away.
But we're definitely getting a July 4th promo, right?
July 4th. I don't know. I'm not going to be doing YouTube at that time. So
you taking all July
probably. I mean, I hope to take all July off. I'll update on Mutt content or Mutt 19 stuff when it comes out. But July 4th promo, I think we might be dead on the promos. Do we get one of those last year? I think we got one of those last year.
Yeah, we got Blockbusters last year on July 2nd.
But that wasn't July 4th. That was just a Blockbuster promo.
It was essentially, it had like flashes on it, like sort of. July 4th. It was close enough.
Blockbuster. It was like the movies coming out during the summer, like they all like
true.
Like the Rock's the Die Hard with the Rock coming out this week or next week, whenever that comes out. Jurassic World, all that stuff.
There's a new Jurassic Park coming out?
Yeah, Jurassic World's out I think this week or next week.
Oh, I thought didn't we already have Jurassic World?
Jurassic World 2, whichever one it is.
Oh, that makes sense. Whatever, it's not that big of a deal. So we got Blockbusters
Fox
and then
go to the movies, Stocks in the Fox. Something about you every single week.
God damn it! Somebody out there's got a list going. I bet, and I gotta stop. Like it only seems like small information every once in a while, but it adds up. It definitely does.
It's gonna be like dude has like one of those string theory boards going on where everything's like, oh, he doesn't do this. He says Kelvin instead of Calvin. Like the Kelvin meter, everything's linking to one person. It's gonna be some supercomputer putting all the information together. Like it was a comic book that what was it? I think Lex Luthor had a supercomputer that he asked who was Batman, and the computer got all his information and it said the only person that could be Batman was Bruce Wayne, and then Lex Luthor said, "Oh, the computer's broken and broke it." So that's kind of how that's gonna work. Somebody's gonna say, "Who is Gut Fox?" And go get the person's name. No, that can't be right. And just say, "Okay, this is a waste."
It all comes back to Pepe Silvia. It always says Pepe Silvia. Everything says Pepe Silvia on it. Anyways, so yeah, then the rookie premiere we got it last year, July 14th. You think we'll get it around a similar date this year, Tex?
Rookie premiere. I don't know if we'll get those next year.
Why?
Because it causes headaches, and he doesn't seem like dealing with headaches. I don't think we're gonna get one because when they drop those, and then it's always restrictive. People want it obviously for much tradition, but I think it causes more harm than it does good.
So EA's kind of like a wife in like a long-term marriage. They've always got a headache and don't want to fuck, huh?
Well, I mean,
EA won't let me fuck. That's a song, right?
Not an excuse anymore though, because apparently you can get rid of the headache real easy.
Oh yeah, how's that?
Sex.
Wait, but I thought the headache was the reason we're not having sex with EA.
No, that's no excuse. If a girl says she has a headache, bro, I can fix that. You seen that? You seen Holes?
No.
You ever seen Holes? Okay, that sounded very inappropriate after the context you were talking about. Holes with Shia LaBeouf and.
Is it weird that I knew what movie you were talking about? And I didn't even think of Sexual Holes.
Okay, okay, I got you. Yeah. All right.
Maybe it's because I'm a huge Shia LaBeouf fan.
It might be.
Shia LaBeouf.
He's a great dude.
Shia LaBeouf. All right, go on.
He's crazy. I like that guy so much, but he makes it hard root for him.
I love him. It's a lot like I saw. Okay, we're kind of getting to the ridiculous part of the podcast. Yeah. It's kind of like Kanye. I know you said if anybody thinks Kanye's new album is good, you suck your dick from the back. I actually didn't think it was too bad. Like I listened to it, I was I could see this music. It's not like his best, but it's not bad music.
No, everybody that I trust when it comes to music is like, don't listen to the album. It's not worth your time. And it's 24 minutes. I'm like, yo, really? It's 24 minutes and it's not worth my time? Okay. I'll trust your judgment and stay away.
Yeah, but apparently he uploaded to his YouTube channel yesterday. I listened to it and I'm like, it's not terrible. It's not something I love, but it's not terrible.
Yeah, see, my thing with the artist is when I say it's not terrible, I'm good. Like I like music a lot, so if I listen to something and it's not terrible, that's not a compliment to me. Like that's like is it better than My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy? Is it better than Heartlet or 808s and Heartbreaks? Is it better than Late Registration, Graduate? Is there none of those? Okay, I'm good.
Well, I mean,
it's not better.
There's still a little bit of I don't know, good time like. It's just interesting to hear him talk about like his bipolarness. I mean, it's not like it's Yoko Ono screaming in a microphone. Yeah. That kind of like out there type of music, just to be quote unquote sound and what is music and what's not. It's actually like it's decent. Kanye, as crazy as it is, he knows how to put together songs.
Oh, he produces great. That's his background. So that Pusha T album is amazing, but I'm not here to listen to my rap artist tell me about his depression. Like when Jay-Z dropped his Magna Carta, and it was just about, I got a Picasso. Fuck off. I'm not listening to your album. Eat a dick. I don't give a fuck if you got a Picasso. I'm good. So when Kanye's out here rapping about, oh, I'm sad, but I'm happy.
Wait. Wasn't Jay-Z also talking about his Hard Knock Life and Big Pimpin'? Like, isn't that kind of the same thing?
Yeah, that was early Jay-Z. New Jay-Z's talking about, I got a Picasso. I'm good.
Isn't it always about flexing in rap, though?
Okay, flexing is different than talking about something I could never relate to.
Well, are you on? Do you got hoes in different area codes? Like
I do.
Okay, well that's true.
I got one in Boston. I got one, bro. That girl in Boston hit me up, but you want to come hang out with me? But
bullshit. The one with the girlfriend. The one with the girlfriend.
One with the boyfriend.
Oh.
She's like, you gonna be at this place tonight? I'm like, I'm not, but I could be. Just saying, bro.
It's an old text message coming back.
Yeah, but no. So like when it comes to like, I can flex about. Well, I can't really flex about that stuff, but I'm not here for my rap artists to be out here talking about like a lifestyle that is I don't care about. Really.
That's literally almost all they talk about. Like how
I know,
can you take flexing out of rap?
See, okay, no flexing. So this is weird. This is gonna sound stupid. When my rapper calls me broke and he can take my bitch when he wants, it's super disrespectful. But if it's catchy, I rock with it. I rock with it.
Well, what if he tells you to back that ass up?
You're talking to me, talking to girls. That Juvenile song is amazing.
It is. I fucking love that song,
bro. Whenever we out in the bar or the club, they start playing that song.
Oh my god!
Just post up and just like, okay, let's watch.
It fucking nails them. Yeah, it's pure. It's pure sex. It's
great.
Yeah.
It's great. I love that song. But so going back to like with Kanye, I'm not trying to hear my rap artist talk about his depression. Like some people were like that with Logic. Go listen to Logic. He tells life stories. I'm not listening to some 19-year-old tell me about life. I'm 27 years old. I'm good. I don't need to hear this dude that's 10 years younger to be telling me about life.
Yeah, I mean, like the people that should be telling you, like, like who should be telling you about life then? Are you talking like the only guys that can talk about life are the guys that are like Snoop Dogg, somebody a little older?
I'll take Snoop. I'll take anybody that's doesn't have 17 years of experience on this earth. I'll take a 30-year-old. I'll take a professor that's actually studied a lot of this stuff. I'm not taking some 17-year-old who's telling me his version of life because that's how he feels at that age. Like, we all have different perceptions, and I'm at the point where I'm not going to be listening to somebody that I don't respect music, and Kanye happens to be one of those guys right now. And everybody that says it's not worth listening, I'm going to avoid. I'm going to give the Kid Cudi album a listen because I like Kid Cudi a lot. And I'm going to give that Nas album a listen because Kanye's producing both those albums. Yeah, Kanye's dropping...
Wasn't Nas really young when he dropped his with Illmatic? Like, wasn't that super...
Yeah, but Nas also is annoying because he spits uneducated rap and pisses me off at times. So, like, I have issues with him as well.
Everybody has issues. This is life, Texas.
Like, he'll say things that don't make sense. Like, see, the older I get, the more I'm listening to him. I'm like, that didn't make no damn sense.
Wait, you got heart, but you're not a soldier? I got soul, but I'm not a soldier? That doesn't make sense?
Bro, one of the rappers, Vic Mensa, said, if I was LeBron James, I would have never left for the Miami Heat. There's too much loyalty in me. I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense because LeBron is not loyal to... He's more loyal to his friends than he is to the organization of Cleveland because his friends are his friends. So what you're saying is you wouldn't leave to go be with your friends because you're too loyal to an organization. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I think...
But it rhymed though, so he had to put it in a bar.
It makes sense. Yeah, if it rhymes, it's true.
Yeah, if it rhymes, you got to put it in the bar. Nobody's gonna think about it. Nobody's gonna think about it that deep.
Yeah, I don't want to get into LeBron's situation too much. I get what you're saying because like everybody talks about LeBron's situation, so I don't want to talk. But let's wrap this up. On so loyalty reward announcement. We also had 19 loyalty reward announcement last year, July 30th. Probably a little bit before that this year because the game's launching 2 weeks earlier. But let's take questions from the audience on last week's MUTMen podcast. Let me bring it up here. All right, so we had a lot of CFM questions, which are
not helpful.
They're okay. We can because we don't have a CFM person on. We don't
have. We should call Hurricane back. So we got some questions that you want to ask. I said in that podcast, I have no clue about CFM. That's why we wanted to have him on.
Yeah.
And they're asking a lot of CFM questions.
There's some good comments. There's some funny comments too. Greg Gore says, I was being a bad influence trying to get to Mr. Hurricane to start drinking. What do you think of that? Mr. Hurricane's never had alcohol.
I mean, it's not a bad influence. It's just like to something that everybody like. It's weird to me when you find out people don't drink. Like, have you not tried to drink? No, that's not something I'm into. But how do you know you're not into it if you haven't tried it?
It's true. It's the same thing I always say about heroin too. I mean, you might as well shoot it up once, get addicted for a little bit, then turn your life around. There's nothing quite as freeing as being at rock bottom.
Not at all. Same thing with butt sex. All right, next question.
All right, Bengal said for sure. That's a meme going around, I think, with Healy. So for sure. Hey,
I like how they're trying to make a meme. It's not a meme. A meme is something everybody agrees to. They're just doing something that's annoying.
So it's like Fletch. Fletch isn't going to happen.
No, it's not gonna happen.
I like it.
Like I understand it's starting to spread. It's not starting to spread. If I've only seen Mutt guys do it, it's not spreading.
It's just it's got to start small.
Memes start big. LeBron's meme when he went at JR was like worldwide instantly.
That's different. That's completely different.
Memes when Yahoo tweeted out the I can't say the word, the N word with the hard R's, Navy is getting bigger. That spread like wildfire in like 12 hours.
That's different. Like, I mean, that's just a complete screw from a big organization.
I know that, but
like,
the memes that come from it are great, and I don't think this is not the level. They're just being annoying with this picture.
Texas, this just shows me you need to take more life advice from 17-year-olds.
I probably need to. I'll probably have a lot more fun, but at the same time, sound a lot of these 17-year-olds out here listening to Little Pump, so they can eat a dick.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Mumble rappers. Wait, you don't like mumble rappers or anything?
I don't mind mumble rappers. Like, Young Thug is cool. Amigos are terrible.
I figured you like it because you're always mumbling in the mic and people are angry at you.
Yeah, it's so like I'm bad at speaking. That's where it comes down to.
Same here.
If I knew that I could mumble and make money like 5 years ago, that would have been me. But I messed up and didn't know that I could do that.
God damn it. You're ahead of the curve, but you just didn't find the right calling.
Nope, did not know I could just mumble over some fire beats and all of a sudden I'd be a millionaire.
God damn. It's so, yeah, the bridge to success is quite narrow, but sometimes it's sturdy. Just got to step on it and keep walking. I don't know where the hell that's going. All right, Jack Hogan says, they should make it so you can't get any over 99 stats. I don't think you can. But if you have a chem-like physical front, you could get hit power, shed, and tackle above 99 so that Khalil Mack with 99 shed better against the run than someone with 95 shed. So, obviously, we'd love this if over 100 stats mattered. If they decided to go with them, I think they do a great job. Like MLB The Show went with up to 125 on their stats this year. But Mutt has gone away from over 100 stats because Texas and Clickwood proved they didn't matter. I don't know. Texas, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, I would love if they decided to make him go over 99, but they don't want to code the game, so here we are.
Yeah, there it is. But once again, back in EA's lap. All right, Keaton Ulrich says, I think the reason people don't watch Madden is because football actually exists, and almost nothing that happens in Madden is as sensational or meaningful than what happens in real-life football. Shooters and other games aren't set in reality. Also, people play Madden in large because they enjoy watching football, so they don't watch football because they enjoy playing Madden. Kind of basically back to our competitive talk last week on why they did so badly on the numbers.
See, this is where it gets weird because, like, if football exists, so why are people playing the game then? They can go out there and play flag football.
Yeah. It's because...
So I don't like that excuse at all.
Yeah. It's different between playing Madden and enjoying and basically becoming an NFL player or GM or head coach or like quarterback when you're throwing the ball. That's different. Like playing the video game and becoming that and watching somebody else play the sport sport's actually a sport on TV that you can already watch.
I agree, but by that same logic that he has, this is a real sport out there. People wouldn't be playing the game either because there's a real sport that's out there that people could actually go play.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's because it's something to compare it to. I just don't think they do a good enough job marketing it. But ESPN, I think they're trying to put the onus on ESPN because ESPN is the one that's trying to market esports. So a bigger company that has more money and revenue, more resources to be able to put this in full display, will eventually, hopefully, get more eyes on it.
Yeah. We'll see next year who's really to blame, and if I wonder if they have continued like numbers keep going down, what the future of competitive Madden is. So give us a year to figure that out. I'm sure we'll keep commenting on it, but. I don't know. It is a big issue for Madden and people trying to watch competitive stuff. All right, this was a great comment. This one from Darth Fader, Fader, as in fruit. F. All right. Texas was the Phantom Menace of MUT 18.
What does that even mean? What did I do?
Yeah, that means you're the best meme. Like, prequel memes are the number one memes. Texas, congrats, I guess. The Phantom Menace.
See, like, I don't know anything about Star Wars, so that's Star Wars the best. Is that the best Star Wars movie?
No, it's routinely
That's the
thought of
worst?
as the worst one.
Okay, I got you. I don't know anything. Like, so I guess New Hope's the best one. I guess the New Hope's the best one.
It depends on who you ask. A lot of people would say Empire Strikes Back.
Okay, so I'm the worst thing about Madden 18. Well, I appreciate that title.
But you have Darth Maul in you though. That's a great portion of it.
Is that the movie where Darth Maul gets cut in half after doing a flip for no reason?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, by the way, for those that haven't seen those. Okay, that's not good. Okay, so I will wear that badge. I will wear that as an honor. I'll be the worst thing with Madden 18, and hopefully we'll be the
you're number one in my heart.
We'll be I guess the solo of Madden 19.
Oh god damn!
Solo.
I heard that so bad. I didn't watch it yet. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about spoilers or anything. All right.
I haven't seen it either. I don't know if you can spoil a movie that's that terrible.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody watched. That's why it's like taking at the box office.
Yeah, I watched the you don't want to get me going on the one right before start. What was that?
Last
Jedi. Oh my god, yeah. I could literally go on a 10-20 minute rant about what was terrible about that movie. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do that. Maybe that's for.
All right. I'll ask you on stream.
Okay, maybe. I don't know if I even want to get into it. It's bad. All right.
Okay.
I just don't want PTSD of watching that. So I live in England over the weekend. I have to wait for new content to drop. So would you guys be happy if EA moved the time to 9:30 Eastern and brought the Blitz promo to 1? No, I think I got it. Like the new content. I think 10:30 Eastern is fine. What do you think, Tex?
I wouldn't mind if they did if they had 2 different servers for each continent, like I guess each region. Well, so they should probably have a MUT team over there and a MUT team over here.
Well, they have more than one server.
Well, not server, like more than one. So EA, like I want an American server and a European server. Like they should probably have like that because it'd be better for those that are over there so they can actually participate instead of waking up in the middle of the night to do things. But FIFA does that same shit as well, where the Americans gotta wake up like at 2 a.m. to pull packs.
Oh, do they really?
Shit. Yeah, so I think they do. I'm pretty sure I've seen some of these guys like, oh, it's midnight and I'm over here pulling team of the season packs. So
wait, you did a British accent, which means they're not in America.
That's terrible.
We kicked all the Brits out in 1776.
I think Rotashaw's over here for a minute. That's the only FIFA YouTuber I watch.
Oh.
Because he clickbaits everything and it's just fun.
Clickbait is fun, huh?
Yeah, it's just like he'll fake pulls and stuff. That's when he got big. He was faking like these ridiculous pulls, and then all of a sudden it didn't matter because he's now millionaire.
Did he really like Photoshopping pulls?
Oh, it was seamless. But you look in the chat. If you look right here, you can see what he did. And like this chat's just out here faking gay. All the stuff they say on the internet. So yeah, he was out here faking pulls and reactions, and for views, it worked.
Wow,
got him on.
Yeah, I guess it depends on how you want to succeed in life, but that is one way. All right, the game is called Ticket to Ride. Oh, okay, it was a Ticket to Ride. Do you think it's realistic for EA to tell us all the function variables, such about attributes in the game, and do you think some stats don't matter at all, or just not the way you thought? So, I think in 18, I'm not that worried about EA telling us stuff because we are gonna rip the shit out of that once it's on PC. Does FIFA's got on PC? Is their shit ripped apart, Tex?
I think the one guy that noticed chemistry might have been,
but he did it by testing the game. He did it by visual tests for chemistry.
Visual tests? Okay, so I don't know if the FIFA does that, but FIFA doesn't really. I don't think FIFA has as many attributes to be out here kind of like lying about.
Huh?
I think it's like 8 attributes I usually see on cards.
No, they got tons of attributes in FIFA.
I don't got a ton, but like Madden has so many stuff on these cards that has to work with this thing. So like they got block shed that's tied in with strength according to them. So the guy may block shed at different angles if he has higher strength that you can't actually test. Yeah. And so they kind of like tie things in together with FIFA. You can probably test things up straight up.
True. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Madden has that specific guy that can rip it apart on PC or not. But Do I think it's realistic to tell us the function of the variable for EA? I think it's realistic for them to give us a very good description of what they do. That would be very nice of EA. I think they should do that. That's something that they've talked about doing in the past. They never followed through with. We'll see. Hopefully we can get the lead EA guy on Carlos Guerrero during one of our podcasts here coming up, Tex. That's our goal.
I like that.
Before Madden 19 to get him on this podcast. That's our main goal. Sound good?
That'd be dope. I will make that our main priority for Madden 19. But the reason why they don't put the description with these cards I actually do is because we'll test it and find out it's a lie. So
yeah, thanks, Texas.
That's why they try. That's why they try not to tell you exactly what the thresholds are and tell you exactly what these cards do based off certain ratings, because they know that if they get proven to be wrong, it'll just be another lie, which may lead to a lawsuit.
Yeah, and we don't want that.
I mean, I want honesty, but don't lie. Just so if you tell me that this does this, it should do that. Like they say, awareness matters for pass blocking, and then I get a guy with 0 awareness who blocks just well, a guy with 99. Like, okay, what are we doing here?
Yeah. I don't know. Let's move on to Lemon. Lemon. For stats. Hopefully they give us something. Sorry, I spaced out there for a moment. All right, so Lemon says, I think I disagree with you guys about the new producer. I believe he has hands all over the game, and it's more his game than Rex's. The thing he talked about in the interview, such as better zones already coming out as advertised features for 19. I have high hope for 19 since he meant to start the creative process earlier. So, do you think this is more the new guys or the old guys, Tex?
I don't even know, because I remember Rex came on a podcast, talked about like how they had a guy in there that said his zone doesn't actually exist.
Yeah, the purple zones.
So that might be, there might be something that the old they're
legacy code. On.
Yeah, I think that's something they're trying to fix, because if this guy was working with the zones that actually that exist in real life, the new zones and new zone concepts that we'll see are coming out had to come from the old guard if they're already actively changing it.
Yeah, I don't know if I said this, but can I take credit for franchise improvements next year under Rex? Because Rex. So me and Rex had a podcast that ended up getting deleted before me and yours podcast with him. Do we have ours in like what, November-ish? When was ours?
Yeah, it was like right before that game-changing meta launch that he hinted at on the podcast.
Yeah. So
just like around Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So, in my and his first podcast together, I talked about how franchise sold really well on like soccer stuff, like pure franchise, and then like all of a sudden we hear all these franchise improvements happening for this next year, and I'm like, I sold him on the idea that franchise mode can sell games. So I just want to say, you're welcome, franchise guys. I should have brought this up last week. Now that I'm thinking about it, and I should have told him to say thanks. I'm just kidding. I'm being a jerk right there, claiming credit for something I didn't do. But we'll see. I mean, I think this game is majority of Rex's, because the new guy. I think the new guy came in 9 months ago, but Rex has only been gone for like 3, so he was still creative director, right? So most of the coding, because even when he was on the podcast, he said like 80 to 90% of the people were already working on 19. So, and that was November. So there's a lot of work done, and they've been in alpha, beta these last couple months.
Yeah.
All right. So I think the Falcons one is now in arcade. Okay, so the Falcons solo is no longer as bad because it's on arcade mode. Huh.
Well, that one's always been on arcade, but at the beginning of the year, it was just tough to do everything in arcade.
Oh, okay.
It was the one before that one that was like 3 touchdowns going into the half.
Yeah.
But I don't allow more than 3 points, or was it 8 points? It was some bullshit like that. That one was the worst one of all of them.
Yeah, it was.
And doing it with a terrible team.
So hard.
That was when PA Crossers was like the one play you would run.
Yeah, I remember that. I put out a video on that specific solo.
Yeah.
Are stats going to stay at thresholds, or are they going to go back to the incremental way, and what's your preference? Tex?
Incremental, but they'll probably stay at thresholds.
Yeah.
Hopefully they do a better job of increasing it, so that way the game can last long. But I don't know if they're going to do that. I would love it, but I don't know if they're going to be like, we're going to increase thresholds.
Yeah. Yeah, T-Reg, I would prefer them to go incremental, but I agree with Tex and everything you just said. That they will stay with thresholds. We'll see if they redo them somehow, though. All right, Jacob Luna says, what do you think would be the best rookie premier to do? Texas, who in the first round is going to be the number 1 rookie premier?
Probably Saquon Barkley. He get the most touches.
Yeah, but Fournette didn't get much of an upgrade this year.
Well, that's because he was hating on him. He got 9 overall. At the end of the day, I think Fournette had the highest overall card that came out. It just came out at the wrong time.
Oh, yeah. Because it came out with the draft, then nobody got an upgrade for him.
Well, and also he was great all season long. EA was just not giving him a card.
Yeah. All right. Here. You know who's actually going to be the best? Baker.
Don't you say
Baker Mayfield.
Oh, no, he's not. Stop.
Baker Mayfield's going to easily get the most upgrades.
Stop.
It's not even going to be close.
Do not invest in Browns players. Actually, I'm lying. You should, because the Browns players all the cards. What am I talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing, Tex.
Yeah, I forgot that he was a Brown. I was like, he's... All right, you're right. You're right. He's going to get the best card because he's a Brown. So, yeah, invest in Baker Mayfield and the Browns we trust. Yeah, tweet that out.
Yeah, or Ward. Either one of those first 2 Brown picks. All right, next up, Jack Fan doesn't think sports video games are not good video games. You can see in the review scores and general video game sites, Reddit hardly ever discuss about sports video games. People who play sports are generally big fans of the sports, and it's the only video game they play. People that are big video gamers but not sports fans don't play sports video games. What do you think about that? Are gamers generally not sports gamers?
I would assume so, because sports gaming at one point wasn't a thing on YouTube. Like when I was going back and watching like Call of Duty back in 2009, like the sports gamers were like 5. It wasn't many of them. Everybody was playing Call of Duty. And so I think people kind of, when they're going to play video games, want something such as like a God of War, they want Fallout, they want something more than what sports games have to offer, which is just kind of the same copy and paste roster year to year with just different upgrades.
Yeah, I can totally see that. More innovation. That's kind of just what I've hit this whole goddamn podcast. More innovation in our sports games. And that's kind of what MUT was, innovation in a sports game. But then it kind of gets stale if they keep doing the same thing year after year and they don't really provide too much differences, just some visual differences on cards, some slight stat differences. But the game doesn't become much funner. Much more game modes. And who knows? We'll see with the gameplay blog. But that's it for questions, Tex. Anything else?
Nope, that is all I got. We'll be back with the podcast next week. I should be back from EA Play. So hopefully I have some Madden stories to tell you about how the gameplay feels, and maybe I can get some more information from somebody out there if I can get into the event.
Definitely make sure and sneak in a camera or something. And also, how many YouTubers are you going to stay with? You staying with Vic and friends?
It's like 5 dudes.
Nice. Are you going to meet a bunch of other dudes?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, a lot of people there I don't mess with, but we'll find out. Cool. I don't like a lot of these dudes that do YouTube, to be honest with you. Some of these guys is cool. A lot of these guys I'm not a fan of. So
I feel
if I
run
into them, I'll just put on a fake smile. But my main goal is to get hands-on Madden. I'm not recording anything. Wink, wink. And we'll discuss this next week on the podcast.
Yeah. What day are you flying back?
Tuesday. So I'll be back Tuesday morning, and I'll be ready for the podcast Tuesday night.
Uh-oh.
I'll take notes this time, too, so I can actually like give you my thoughts and my impressions on Madden 19 gameplay.
That's awesome.
If I can actually get into the event and play.
Yeah, it'll be tough because you got to like stand in line for like hours just to get like a couple minutes with the game, right?
Well, they scheduled times this year, apparently. So I got a time scheduled on Sunday to go play Madden.
Oh, that's hot. That's such a good idea.
Yeah, but I don't know if I can get in the event, though. I don't know how this works, because the line was long last time. Like, it was wrapped around the building, by a long shot. So, I don't know what time they open or what time I got to be there by. But either way, I'm getting footage. I'm not getting footage. I'm playing Madden on Sunday. If I can get because I might leave a little early.
By hook or by crook, get some footage.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, so good luck and have fun out there. I expect some vlogs, too, of your journey. Hopefully you don't get in a fight with too many other YouTubers, but I know what you're talking about. And good luck. Safe travels, Tex.
Appreciate it. I'll talk to you next week, brother.
All right, take it easy.